possible to actually get Wendy's delicious new home-style chicken strips home. Those tender strips of whole breast filet just waiting to be dipped in one of our 3 tempting sauces. Yes, it is possible. Wendy's new home-style chicken strips. It's better here. And remember, you can eat great even late.
Drives it. High and deep. Got a ball. Go on. Now you can cheer.
Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net. Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world go toe-to-toe. Witness fists of fury from a ringside seat. Now featuring boxing expert Max Kellerman for everything you need to know inside the ropes. Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net.
The Bucks hosting the Houston Rockets today. They'll try to split the season series, the 2-game set with Houston. Both of these teams have been playing a little bit up and down lately. Jim Paskey, John McLaughlin, and Craig Kashan with you on Fox Sports Net today. The Bucks are happy to be back home after going 2-3 on their road trip. A big victory on Friday in Chicago, winning 115-105. Today's Applebee's Milwaukee Bucks starting lineup back to normal, whatever normal is, with TJ Ford on the shelf. Damon Jones back in the starting lineup in the backcourt with Michael Redd. Desmond Mason will get the start. Joe Smith and Brian Skinner up front today. Keith Van Horn, of course, on the shelf, unable to go. He was out and tested it for Terry Porter, but decided that the calf bruise will keep him out of the lineup. Porter's team 36-36 with 10 games to play. And for the Rockets, Steve Francis and Cuttino Mobley together for 4 consecutive seasons. Only one guard tandem has played together longer than that. Jim Jackson has been shooting well lately. Maurice Taylor always tough to handle. And of course, the man in the middle who sets the defensive tone, Yao Ming. Jeff Van Gundy at 41-30 in his first season with the Rockets. Let's take a look at the game plan tonight. Brought to you by Dodge. The Bucks would like to take the first quarter this afternoon, which they did in both victories on the road trip. Milwaukee is 24-9 when they lead or are tied in the first quarter. The Bucks want balanced scoring today. We talked about Chicago. John, they had 26 assists on 36 made field goals. They passed the ball, and they'll have to do that against Yao Ming.
You know, Jim, every team likes balanced scoring, but it's really pertinent for the Milwaukee Bucks because this team has enough depth. They need it at each position. Guys like Joe Smith can go on the wing on this team and make that jumper and get inside as well because Yao's going to take the paint away. But everyone on this team is important. Ball distribution is important. Doing a lot of cutting, moving, running against a good defensive team like Houston with a shot blocker inside is extremely valuable in this game if the Bucks are going to win it.
Michael Redd, 20 points against Chicago. The Bucks were led by Joe Smith. He had 23. Damon Jones, 21. Desmond Mason, 22. Mason off the bench Friday night. Tonight, I keep saying tonight, it's an afternoon game, isn't it? This afternoon, Desmond will start in place of Keith Van Horn.
Well, we play a lot of night games, Jim, and I have a problem with that. Once you get in here, you don't know if it's light or dark out. Now, when Houston plays well against the Bucks, and I'm sure against any team, I mean, because their guards are such a key point to how they play, but Francis and Mobley are real factors, and the Bucks have had problems defending them in the past. They got to try to contain Francis if you can. He's a great guard, a great penetrator. Mobley works off the screens. He's a good jump shooter. The Bucks are well schooled on how they want to defend him off the pin downs and on the screens.
Houston won game 1, 103-89, February 4th. At the new Toyota Center, Louis Griot, Greg Willard, and Tony Brown working today. The Bucks have won 2 straight games against Houston in the Bradley Center. Joe Smith able to control the opening tap.
Now I have a question. How can you have a 7'6" center and he doesn't jump center? You have a forward do the jump ball. I mean, at 7'6", he doesn't have to jump and he'll control the tap. Interesting.
Desmond Mason travels.
Well, I was about to say, Jim, he picks up right where he's left off on the West Coast trip and the game in Chicago, creating a lot of activity and a lot of energy, and defense is having a hard time defend him.
Maybe Yao doesn't take the opening tap because Vince Carter once out-jumped him 6'6", beating 7'6".
Yep.
From the outside, it's Jim Jackson.
And Vince Carter's probably a quicker jumper. You need to be a quick jumper, but Jim, still at 7'6", you don't jump on the tap?
He probably steals them all waiting for the ball to get up there.
Yeah.
Red's jumper down for Skinner.
You need to shoot a good percentage against this team because they are so good on the ball defensively, and Yao's behind you for the shot blocks. There's an example. That's an alter. See, you get inside, but Yao's there, so now Red has to take a tough shot over a 7'6" guy.
Jeff Van Gundy has wanted his team to feed Yao as much as possible. Early in the season, they struggled to do that because they were a perimeter team, and you have guys like Mobley and Francis who like to shoot, but they're getting it now, and Yao Ming is starting to score, rebound, block shots. He's doing everything.
Jim, remember last year we played them down there, earned a good, beautiful pass off the ball, and I kept saying, they went up and down the court 10 times at a time, and Yao wouldn't even touch the ball. These guards were shooting, and they weren't even going inside to Yao. Well, under this coaching staff, that's changed, and it should change. That's
and
why.
he can shoot.
That's why. You got to go to him.
5th in the league in field goal percentage at 53%.
And there's 2 reasons for that. He gets excellent shots at 7'6", and he's a very good shooter. He's got good touch.
Steve Francis with a bump against Damon Jones.
Inside, he's been deeper. On the first catch, he was deeper, but here, look. Here's a guy that can face you up at 7'6", spin, and score, or score with you on his back with a hook or a jumper.
Maurice Taylor pulls down the rebound.
You look at their field goal differential, both what they shoot and what they force, it's excellent.
Ming leans in, gets his own miss.
Big problem today. They know the Bucks are small up front, and they're going right to it on every exchange. Right box, now left box.
If he doesn't get tired, it could be easy for the Rockets.
With his size, Jim, he gets a miss like that, nothing Skinner can do about it. The thing is, if you're going to foul him hard enough, he's not going to get that basket.
Ming, a good free throw shooter. You have to be careful there. He's at 81%.
He's got an excellent touch, Jim. I mean, this guy's a basketball player.
Red kicks it out. Mason swishes just inside the arc.
You're probably going to see a lot of minutes for Santiago today if, in fact, it keeps going this way, because he's the only big body for the Bucks to put on Yao in there as Skinner tries to deny position.
Steve Francis touches last, out of bounds. The Bucks get it back. Not quite 3 minutes into the game, trailing 10-4.
Jim, with Jackson and Mobley, they've got a great inside-outside combination. Those guys will shoot threes, and you got Yao inside, and you got Mobley, who can also shoot the mid-ranger well.
Oh, yeah. Good cut by Red. Great pass. And a foul. Maurice Taylor picks up the foul. It's the second on the Rockets.
Now, in the Bucks offense, what you want to try to do is isolate and freeze Yao off the ball. So if he's playing Skinner or whoever, if you can get him off the ball, you can be a little bit of a threat there, and then let the action like that occur away from him, then he's not the defender inside that certainly he can be and has been all year.
Michael Red has 5. And an offensive foul. Jim Jackson.
Push off. How about Jim Jackson, Jim? Great basketball body, great talent, and he's just moved from team to team to team to team. Perhaps he's really found a place now.
Skinner inside. Yao Ming with an alter. And Houston on a bust out. Francis behind the back.
He's a player. He's a player. That's a player.
Mason loses, but it goes to Smith. Ming able to clear. Yao Ming averages 9 rebounds a game, 15th in the league, and just under 18 points.
He probably ought to average about 15 rebounds a game. That kind of size and mobility.
Maurice Taylor. Damon Jones able to track it down in the corner. Won't be as many alley-oops you would think in this game for the Bucks. Now with Yao back there. Joe Smith. The Bucks closing the gap down to 3. Houston has won 41 games, 7th in the Western Conference at the moment, so they're in the playoff bracket. Air ball. Damon Jones has it. That's nice. Better if it would have gone.
Tough shot, though. Tweener.
He alters everything. Smith with the body against Francis.
See, when you get caught about 8 feet out, you can't dunk it. You can't go to the glass. That's a tweener shot, and Desmond not able to lighten up on that to finish. Look at the go. They got Yao inside. They release, take the foul. Their guards can motor.
At line for Houston, number 3, Steve Francis. Shooting team.
The Rockets lost on Friday night in Memphis. 109-86. They were down 20 points after 1 quarter. Memphis scoring on the first 7 possessions in that game. Today's game starts a big week for the Bucks. Their next home game on Tuesday. The Indiana Pacers here. After that game, they'll head for Indiana on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. The Bucks and the Pacers. Call 1-800-4NBA-TIX.
Francis is a player that does get fouled. He can get to the line because of his quickness, ball control. He can create contact.
Desmond Mason wants it. Red keeps. Goes to the left hand. There's the left hand advantage. Driving from the right side. Red has 7.
That's a great play. I mean, the defense, Taylor is all over him. Yao's coming at him, and he finishes anyway, going right as a left-handed player.
Double team on Yao Ming. All they can do is jump in the air and try to touch the ball. Jackson, deep shot down for Red. Joe Smith from the corner on the miss. Francis has it.
Their guards are good rebounders.
The Bucks open the game just 5 of 12 from the field. Francis' trick shot won't go. Good rebound position by Skinner inside of Yao.
Jim, Yao tries to motor up and down, but he's sucking air right now, so you got to go at it. Double team. Foul.
Maurice Taylor picks up another one. In the break window, 5:46 remaining in the first quarter at the Bradley Center. Watch Michael Redd take it in. There's the left hand. The Bucks trail by 3.
So, your new friend is cold filtered?
I'm sorry, I thought you liked smooth beer.
This isn't about me.
That's right, it's not. It's about me and my beer.
What happened to your old beer? We all got along. I liked
Let
it.
you drink it, Dad. Did you ever think I might need flavor and smoothness? Who's up for more?
I don't need to listen to this.
I've tried it. It's good.
Close a great deal now with 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back. select new Nissans through March 31st at your Nissan dealer.
At Mike Juno's Aero Hyundai, they're having a breakthrough savings event on their huge inventory. As the #1 dealer in the Midwest, Hyundai Motor has given Aero extra cars and dealer incentives to make this the best time to buy a new Hyundai. Large selections of Accent, Elantra, Sonata, Tiburon, XG350, and the hot-selling Santa Fe, all with breakthrough savings. Still with America's best warranty, plus rebates and pricing that'll stop you cold. Hurry in to Mike Juno's Aero Hyundai, Highway 100 and Arthur Avenue, just north of National.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Craig Gashawn back at the Bradley Center. 14-11 Rockets with the first quarter lead over the Bucks here in this matchup. And Yao Ming has been the story of the first quarter so far.
Jeff Van Gundy has wanted his team
7 points. And he is the big stat so far for our Miller highlight stat. Of course, the 7 points for Yao Ming. And Yao Ming's interpreter is with me now. Colin Pine, for the second year. Colin has the task of interpreting Chinese and English back and forth to various people doing interviews with Yao Ming. And what a difference a year must make for you. Colin, first tell me about the difference in communication so far.
Well, Yao Ming's English has improved a lot, so that's helped facilitate communication in a lot of ways. He's much more comfortable using English, you know, and he understands a lot more. But at the same time, he still needs a little help here and there.
And I know you're there to give that to him, but he's doing quite well on his own as far as stardom goes. He might be the world's most popular athlete. He's got the big McDonald's endorsement now. From your perspective, how has this changed him, if any?
It hasn't changed him at all. That's what's amazing about him as a person. He's so grounded in who he is and his family. It makes him a really special person. And in terms of the stardom, it was funny because last year obviously he was a star, but I think a lot of it was about the novelty. And this year I think he's really becoming a true star.
I'm going to may get in trouble for using this word, but I want to throw out lovable. Is this guy kind of a lovable kind of guy?
Very lovable. Very just easy to get along with. Just fun guy to be with.
Very good. Thanks. I'll let you get back to the bench, Colin. Appreciate it. You guys, it's amazing. If you've never gone on the Yao Ming website, there's about everything under the sun on this website. Check it out. I encourage the fans to do this. You'll spend hours on it. It's tremendous.
Well, now we know what Craig does with his spare time. Thank you.
Yao Ming website.
Steve Francis missing, and it's 14-12 Houston. A recent survey rating the most powerful folks in sports. Yao Ming, the highest ranking athlete of them all, surpassing Tiger Woods and others. Steve Francis.
Because of the amount of Chinese impact in the population, Jim?
He has 1 billion fans.
Right. I mean, that's the reason, right?
Who else can say that?
Yeah. But are they buying fans? Does that impact it? You know, buying things, hats, T-shirts, whatever.
The league is taking games to China next year.
Yep. That's understandable.
The China games, I'd say there's an impact. Joe Smith.
You hit those, if the big men hit those jumpers, that pulls Yao out of defending the paint. Yeah, aren't there more television sets in China than there are people in the United States? Think about it. See.
More 7-footers too.
Than people in the United States?
No, more 7-footers in China than in the United States.
There are a lot of them, I know. Heck, he's closer to 8 than 6, than 7. He's 7'6".
That would be halfway there, wouldn't it?
Yep. Well, I like to look at it going up, not down. Puts his shoes on, he's about 7'7".
Okay.
That's in his bare feet, 7'6". The hair, 7'8". And with a jumper that's like a guard.
You think there are guys in this league who are 6'12", don't you?
Yeah.
Joe Smith from the top.
Some play 6'12", and some 6'12" guys play 4'1".
Those are the players who don't want to be known as 7-footers. They're 6'12".
Some want to go up, some want to go down.
Tied at 16. Jim Jackson, three-pointer comes off for Red.
Transition.
Damon Jones on the finish. He's on the board.
Transition. Yao's defense inside, not a factor.
Timeout. 2:55 remaining in the first. Well, the Bucks have gotten to the basket a couple of times. Michael Redd, now Damon Jones. The Bucks lead by 2 on Fox Sports Net.
And these little, thin 99-cent hamburger patties for the fast food industry all my life. I get calls every day. People ask me, hey, Jimmy, can you make a thinner, cheaper burger? A couple months ago, I got a call from a guy. He wanted this huge, big, thick patty. Now, this beats all. He wanted it made out of Angus beef. The best you can buy. Get this. The real shocker, it was Hardee's on the phone.
The new low-carb thick burger with only 5 carbs. It's how the last place you'd go for a burger will become the first.
And the ball said, anybody can be famous. Fame is cheap. Fame is easy. Fame is fleeting. But try achieving greatness. Greatness is hard. Greatness is lonely. Greatness is work. Greatness is humbling. Greatness is a responsibility. And greatness lasts forever. You don't want greatness, do you?
It's inspired, but is it more than a car? Yes. Does it have the government's highest crash test rating? Yes. Does all-wheel drive make it more than a minivan? Yes. Does a lower stance make it well beyond the SUV? Yes. The Chrysler Pacifica. That's a lot of yeses for something starting at $29,525. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
Bucks up by 2, running the break well and also executing their half-court offense. Now take a look at this. If you hold it right there, here's the screen, and watch. You can go this way or back door. Bucks executing it well. Back door and layup. That freezes the weak side also. The Bucks are sharing the ball. And look at the spacing here. As the Bucks work on the ball, the weak side is set up over here. As you have this going in here for the delivery, it works very well because of spacing and then Joe hitting the jumper.
All of that has the Bucks up by 2. Joe Smith, 3 of 5 so far, 7 points. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the opening period. The team chasing the Bucks, Miami, is at Indiana today, so there'll be some scoreboard watching here in the Bradley Center. The Bucks a half game out of the 4th spot. Trying to hold off Miami. Miami 1 game back. Block shot. Skinner swats Yao. Now he works against him on this end. Oh, you wanted that one to go for Brian Skinner. Clarence Weatherspoon.
Oh, no. How many times have you seen him do that? On the Bucks. Come up, shoot the jumper. You'd think he'd be a post-up guy, but he'll go to the perimeter and make the J.
Red through the paint. Jones to the corner. Smith open. Under 2 minutes in the first. Good defensive coverage by the Bucks. Shot clock winding. It's at 6. Double team on the catch. 3, 2, 1. Put back. Weatherspoon off the miss by Mobley.
Too bad, too, because the Bucks beat it up well. Double team was just right. They rotated just right. Get him to miss, and then boom. Weatherspoon's a ton. He's a big, powerful guy. He had good position.
Red steps back. Air ball. Mobley throws it away. Piatkowski had cut to the basket, threw it behind him. Yao Ming will go to the bench. Scott Padgett enters for the Rockets.
Yao plays hard when he's out there. He really runs the court. He does not lag back. At this end, you might have, of course, expect this any night. The Bucks want to be careful with the ball and not turn it over. Patrick Ewing, huh? How about some mentoring from him? I guess.
His Chinese is pretty good.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Red. How about Colin Pine, Yao Ming's interpreter, going from the State Department to the NBA?
I know. And he's enjoyed it.
Padgett misses his first shot today. The two games Milwaukee won on the recent road trip, both had them up after one period. Damon Jones for three. And the lead is three.
See, the Rockets double team on the baseline as they push the ball baseline. Bucks swing it.
Milwaukee with a foul to give. First under 2 minutes in the first.
Baseline, double team, swing, 2 passes. Bucks drain it. Damon has time to just measure it, Jim. And he's been very good on those. Now Yao back in the game for the last play, probably to go inside to him. He was out briefly. No, they look inside, go the other way, and fly.
Padgett misses the three. 0.4 remaining. They may readjust the clock.
0.7 on the shot clock.
Scott Padgett has hit 51% of his three-pointers, but you can imagine he hasn't taken that many. They adjust the clock back to 0.7. Padgett 24-39 coming into the game on three-pointers. He misses a swat. Yao Ming denied, believe it or not. And the Bucks lead after one. It's 23-20 on Fox Sports Net.
And we're back to the action.
Bill's sitting pretty with a jack here.
Crossing his fingers for an ace.
And there it is, blackjack.
Wow. Let's take another look.
Whoa, I did not see that the first time.
I'm a little baffled myself, Vince. It seems that just by playing with his Firekeepers Club card, Bill was earning an entry into Potawatomi's $1 million full moon frenzy.
Sounds like a nice chunk of change.
Nice indeed, Vince. Nice indeed.
Hi there, Pizza Hut. Yes, I'd like to order a pizza with
sausage! Oh, Kermit! Pepperoni! Extra cheese! I need pepperoni on mine!
In the pizza fight forever with the amazing new 4-for-all pizza from Pizza Hut. 4 different pizzas topped just the way you like them on a not too thick, not too thin crust. Just $11.99. Gather round the good stuff.
Want something green with your pizza?
Add a family-size Fresh Express Ranch Salad Kit for $2.99 to any pizza purchase.
Close a great deal now with 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back. On select new Nissans through March 31st at your Nissan dealer.
At Supercuts, we understand guys.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of
time or cash, but you want hot women to think you do.
Yeah.
Something that's just
makes you look more complex than you really are.
Yes, that's it.
Sort of spiky?
In a conservative, I have a job and don't live in my parents' basement kind of way.
Yeah.
Even though you do.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Supercuts. When it comes to hair, we know how it is.
Try Supercolor, quick, affordable hair color for men and women at participating Supercuts.
Network where Wisconsin fans come first. Fox Sports Net.
Milwaukee Bucks basketball is presented by the Wisconsin Lottery and by Applebee's. It's not fast food, it's Applebee's food fast. Terry Porter's Bucks leading 23-20 after one quarter, and he is seeing some decent passing in the early going. Watch the setup for the 3-ball by Damon Jones.
Jim, this is ball swings, and it doesn't happen if you don't have good spacing. And against a good defensive team, if you don't space and move the ball, you're going to have problems, and you've got to hit your jumpers, especially when Yao is in the ball game.
Good passing leads to balanced scoring. The Bucks getting it going early. Joe Smith 9 points. Michael Redd has 7. Damon Jones 5, and Desmond Mason is on the board. Milwaukee has assisted on 70% of its field goals so far. 7 assists on 10 makes.
And the other thing, Jim, if the Bucks can keep a field goal differential like this, it's reverse for the Rockets defense. The Bucks are shooting almost 46% and giving up 36. Great differential. The Rockets usually like to work it the other way, and their defense holds you to about 40% shooting. That isn't going to help.
Weatherspoon inside. The Rockets' defensive field goal percentage is 40.6, the best in the league.
And there is no reason now, with Ming out of the ball game, with this unit in for the Rockets, that the Bucks can't think hoop constantly. Get inside. Like that.
Eric Strickland penetrates. Back out for Kukoc. And Skinner called for an offensive foul off the ball in the paint. He was left in the game, and now he will come out. Dan Godzarich suffered a sprained ankle on the trip. Able to go here just into the second quarter. Four on the shot clock. Down to 2. The Bucks will get it. Great defense. Eric Strickland dribbling with the left hand. His right hand was raked. Looks like he hurt a finger. Maybe tore a nail. Had to bring it up left-handed. Inside Mason. Shot clock did not run. Louis Grillo says, let's just keep it on this end, take 2 seconds off. It's at 21. He wants 22 on the shot clock.
In the meantime, Desmond Mason with the move in the paint. He's been providing that all year, certainly in the last couple of weeks. Where he goes in the paint, Piatkowski left, drilled to the floor, Jim, and that's an easy layup. And he has been so active and so tough to defend. He's been getting to the line a lot also.
How about his dunk the other night in Chicago?
The reverse. Beauty.
Two-handed backwards. Paget to the middle, Weatherspoon. Man.
See, what I don't get, Weatherspoon comes in and he's been in the paint 3 straight times. I mean, he's big enough. That time 2 guys run to the corner. They just miscued. But where you want to make the mistake is keeping 2 guys inside. Weatherspoon has been open so many times. Now watch as they swing the ball. Godzarich runs out, but in the meantime, there's a layup left.
Number 21, Jim Jackson.
Clarence Weatherspoon scoring the last 8 points for the Rockets. Jim Jackson in after the foul by Mobley. Mobley picking up his first. It's the first on Houston in the second quarter. Great pass and a push. Mason will shoot. Jackson in the game commits the foul.
Well, Jim, I talk about this a lot, and this is one of those games. You don't want to let one of the guys that you don't really count on having a big game as you take a look on this little give and go again. You get it to Tony, he's going to find you and get it back to you. But don't let a Weatherspoon come in here, have a career night, have a big game, and be a factor in this game when he shouldn't be the one. And of course, we saw that in Chicago. You see it frequently, and you don't want to let one of the others be the guy that beats you.
Well, The Bucks allowed Gennaro Pargo to put himself on the NBA map Friday night with 34 points, his previous career high 18, and he tied Michael Jordan with 7 3-pointers in the game.
And the other factor was Marcus Fizer, who is a fine player. He came in, and the two of them really are the two that kept them in the ball game.
Anytime you can tie a franchise record held by Michael Jordan, you had a night.
Well, Pargo can shoot it. We saw that, and he's consistent in terms of being a good shooter.
Milwaukee's lead is 3. Technical. Houston bench. It was Jackson. He's on the bench.
Yeah, he wanted them to call something that he wasn't happy with, and the problem is the officials were right there in front of him.
Well, this Rocket team should know better. Steve Francis was just fined $25,000 for a word he used during an interview in Sacramento. I like Shaq. Shaq said, wait a minute. I did that, and I was fined $270,000. Francis does it. He's fined $25,000. But Shaq forgot to remind us that he was warned and did it again.
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, those are like saying, well, they just did that foul at the other end. No two are exactly alike.
Maurice Taylor.
So Shaq leaves a little detail out.
A slight detail.
Yeah.
Foul call against Boston Nakbar. Desmond Mason released from Nakbar and apparently trying to hold him. 9:45 remaining in the second quarter. The Bucks trying to move above the 500 mark and tie New Orleans for the 4th spot. That's a deep 2 by Kukoc.
And continue to pursue that 4th spot and home court advantage. So important that we're going to keep talking about it.
A lot of folks are talking about Miami. You don't worry about Miami until they catch you. Maurice Taylor, your job is to catch the team in front, and the Bucks can match New Orleans today.
Well, or just take game by game and say, try to win them all. You do that, you know you're going to move up.
The Bucks win 5 of their remaining 10. There's a hole to grab of the jersey. Steve Francis. Win 5 out of 10, John. They should be in pretty good shape.
I agree, Jim, and number of home games in that 5 out of 10. And play some good teams, but play some teams that are beatable also.
Another foul. Mobley collides with Knight.
Get this one. Split Indiana Tuesday and Wednesday. You've done a good job. Come back home.
Number 6, Robin Knight. At the line for the Bucks.
Bucks doing a good job of moving, spreading the court, being active. That's getting them fouled.
Freedom to move. 5-0.
Robin Knight has one more coming.
Francis trying to make his point 5-0 on team fouls.
The Bucks are hosting the 12th annual Corporate Free Throw Challenge on Wednesday, April 14th, prior to the Raptors game. It's presented by the Business Journal. Competition starts at the Bradley Center 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the top men's, women's, and co-ed teams compete at halftime. Enter your company or employee team and then cheer the Bucks on against Toronto. That's the Corporate Free Throw Challenge. The Bucks get the free throws, and Mobley answers with a 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you better check Mobley's threes. Make him put it down. Bucks have done a good job up to that point because he is a shooter and he can drain it.
Tied at 31. Kukoc into the middle, and he has the touch. Tony on a point per minute spurt right now. 4 points in his first 4 minutes of action. Mobley at the top, catch and shoot.
Don't want him shooting again. Bucks have done a good job of staying in front of Francis today.
Brevin Knight from the top. Brevin has 4. And the lead has seesawed back to the Bucks. Houston went up 8 early, 10-2. Milwaukee has come back to stay right there. Maurice Taylor on the miss. Michael Redd. And 1. Taylor got him. Timeout, 7:31 in the second. The Bucks lead.
Doesn't it seem as if someone is trying to tell you something? Introducing Extra Play Days on Wisconsin's very own Megabucks from the Wisconsin Lottery. For a limited time, when you purchase a $5 ticket for the next draw, you'll receive 2 extra plays for the next draw. Think of it as a brand new twist on the old 1-2.
What does a Century owner look like? Well, like you, most of them grew up right here in Wisconsin. Had parents and grandparents who grew up in Wisconsin. Grew up eating the same things you eat, drinking the same things you drink, playing the same games you play. So, what does a Century owner look like? They look a lot like you. Century, we share the same values.
Milwaukee is a city of traditions, passed from one generation to the next. Like toughness, hard work, perseverance. As the Milwaukee Bucks enter a new era, the tradition continues. Don't pass up the chance to be a part of it. Call 414-227-0500 for Buck season ticket packages. The Milwaukee Bucks. Our team, our town.
Back at the Bradley Center, Bucks lead Houston 37-33 here in the second quarter. Time now to take a look at our Mountain Dew Extreme fans of the game. Real nice crowd here at the Bradley Center to welcome the Bucks back home after that 5-game long road trip that they were on. Got the face paint on already to get the Bucks going to play 6 of their final 10 games, including today here at home to close out the regular season. Well, Houston coach Jeff Van Gundy was talking before the game about the job his brother Stan has done in Miami. The Heat only 1 game behind the Bucks for that 5th playoff spot. They have won 7 in a row and 9 of 10. Jeff not surprised by Miami's success because he said Stan has them playing tremendous team basketball. And Jim and John, that kind of makes the Coach of the Year award interesting. The Heat were kind of left for dead by a lot of people when Pat Riley resigned early in the season. Or do you think it's down to Jerry Sloan and Hubie Brown?
Well, I think Hubie Brown has done a wonderful job. Jerry Sloan should be in the balloting every year. And, you know, Jeff Van Gundy might be able to get some votes out of that balloting this year, John, because of what he's done, taking a Rockets team and getting them to transform around Yao Ming.
Jim, both Van Gundys have done a tremendous job, and certainly in this case, they have done a good job. I mean, the Rockets are a better team. Ming's getting better all along. They play as a unit. Both Van Gundys, I tell you, they're coaches.
And, of course, Terry Porter probably should get some consideration, but I think others will get most of the votes. A 3-second defensive violation by the Bucks. Michael Redd, a moment ago, took the ball in to score. The foul by Maurice Taylor was off the ball against God's Reach. That's why he shot the free throw.
Yeah, a lot of pushing on that one. He gets to the basket, but watch the guy setting up on the push right there underneath. God's Reach pushed right out of there.
And now God's Reach will be called for the foul against Yao Ming.
You know, Jim, barring a collapse by Memphis, I think Hubie's got a lot on Coach of the Year.
I do too.
Yep.
Inside, outside. They want to go back inside to Yao. Francis is fouled by Brevin Knight. And Steve will be shooting a pair. 7:07 remaining in the second quarter.
Knight did a good job of the game plan is to try to stay in front of Francis. Of course, every team wants to do that. Easier said than done. But the Bucks have done a great job of staying in front of him, containing the penetration. So Francis has to cross over, then the foul comes. But still, Brevin doing a good job of not letting him get all the way to the basket. I'll take a look. You know, it's interesting, Jim. They didn't call the foul on the ball when it was on his hip. They called it after Francis made a move to the basket, and Knight had let go by then. So I don't think he fouled him. And neither did Brevin.
Back to a one-point game. Steve Francis has 6 for the Rockets. Kukoc. Ball knocked away by Yao Ming. Ooh. God's a reach. Going for the ball. Undercuts Nakbar. That's his second foul.
See, that's a good defensive job. They push Tony baseline. He's got nowhere to go, and they cover up well. So he can't make a play, and God's a reach almost comes up with it, but does not. That's the Bucks' third team foul. Tough to pass over him.
Not exactly Sean Bradley, is he?
No.
A little more mobile.
Yep.
And Mobley hits the 3.
Again, Jim, you got to make him put it on the floor. I mean, if he's going to shoot jumpers, then lights out.
Kukoc fouled. Clarence Weatherspoon. John, when you have a big man anchoring the defense, as Houston does with Yao Ming, you can gamble out front. Do the Rockets have the kind of players who have that skill?
Yep. Francis certainly has it. I think Mobley does also. They're quick. They can play up on the ball. You know, Jim, they're a good defensive team legitimately, and one of the reasons is not just Yao. I mean, that's the main reason, but that these guys can then apply some heat on the ball, and their forwards are pretty quick up and down the line. Certainly they're starters, and these guys, and they can get after you.
I see more quickness from the backcourt than I do on the wings,
right.
However.
Correct.
So maybe you look for corner jumpers, and when you draw a kick, stay away from the guards a little bit. Kukoc in, around, and down.
What a shot. Are you kidding me? He can't see anything except he knows where the hoop is.
John, some teams front Yao Ming. The Bucks are not.
Well, the Bucks had great success against Chicago inside about not fronting this time, and it paid off, and I think they're doing the same thing tonight, and then they want to double down with the cut man as he goes through.
Strickland turns it over. Long lead pass, too long for Steve Francis. He may come back. It's a beautiful day in Milwaukee, but I think he'll return.
Yeah, he just took a while to put the brakes on, that's all.
Yao.
Is it possible to actually get Wendy's delicious new home-style chicken strips home? Those tender strips of whole breast filet just waiting to be dipped in one of our 3 tempting sauces. Yes, it is possible. Wendy's new home-style chicken strips. It's better here. And remember, you can eat great even late.
Enjoy warm spring breezes with a Larson Easy Vent storm and screen door from Menards. The screen raises and lowers with a touch of a finger and disappears when not in use. On sale in 5 colors, just $224. Store tools, mowers, and patio furniture in a narrow shed. The 10 by 8 foot hamlet has over 400 cubic feet of space. Buy now and get a free metal foundation kit. On sale just $188. Plus don't pay till 2005 now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Milwaukee is a city of traditions, passed from one generation to the next. Like toughness, hard work, perseverance. As the Milwaukee Bucks enter a new era, the tradition continues. Don't pass up the chance to be a part of it. Call 414-227-0500 for Buck season ticket packages. The Milwaukee Bucks. Our team, our town.
Tied at 39, 5:42 remaining in the second quarter. Yao Ming threw the ball away. Here's what it looked like. Woo. Now watch cameraman Dwayne Rodriguez. Tight against the stanchion, protecting the lens.
You got to stand in there, don't you, Jim, like taking a charge.
Tell you what, he was protecting more than the lens.
He had a little self-preservation in there, and rightfully so.
They just say lens because they're expensive, but you know what he was protecting.
Bucks still shooting well at 57%, giving up 47.
No foul. Michael Redd can't believe it. Terry Porter absolutely stunned by the non-call. Terry Porter has yet to receive a technical this season.
Well, the Bucks have done a good job in this game, as they did in Chicago, of getting to the line. The Bucks still with a foul to give, so they haven't given up fouls. It's been a real plus in that regard.
Akbar pulls down the miss by Kukoc. Still tied at 39, under 5 minutes in the second. The Bucks double and foul Yao Ming. It's God's reach, and that is number 3.
Now analyze this. The Bucks have outshot them by dramatic numbers. The Bucks have been to the line more, and yet they can take the lead right here. They're getting more attempts, but not that many offensive rebounds.
Thank you, Billy Crystal.
But they've hit 3 threes. How about that?
Analyze this.
Analyze it. I mean, it makes no sense. You'd think the Bucks out shooting them, getting to the line more, would have a lead, but like in Chicago, you know, which made a lot of threes, they've made a couple more threes, and that's extra points. I guess that's the difference.
Free throws a huge difference in Chicago. The Bucks outscoring the Bulls 41-9 from the line. The Bucks 41 out of 49. Season highs in makes and takes from the line.
I think if you're Houston with the shooting differential and the free throw differential, you feel pretty good about your position at halftime.
2 on the shot clock. Brevin Knight stepped out of bounds, according to Greg Willard, and they take that beautiful shot away.
And that was good defense that forced clock down and tough shot, even though he made it, but out of bounds. That makes it tougher.
Further away.
Yeah.
Willard saw a quick foul as they fed Yao Ming. Brian Skinner. Now Daniel Santiago must come into the game.
See, that's a tough deny. What they do, they bring Yao up top of the circle. He sets a screen on the ball, rolls right down the paint. Now he's got an angle at the basket that it's very difficult for Brian to deny the big guy position. So when Yao spins and pins, he's already right in front of the hoop.
The Bucks have used 6 of their 18 fouls between Santiago, Skinner, and Godzarich.
And you knew that would happen, and there will be more coming.
Yao.
Is that yak or hack?
Doesn't work with him. He's too good from the line.
He is very good.
Rattle out for Red. Mark Jackson out there now for the Rockets. Jackson in his 17th NBA season. The Rockets gave him a 10-day. Let him try on the Rockets uniform, see if he liked it with Houston. And then they signed him. They're doing the same thing with Charles Oakley. Weatherspoon inside, gets it back. Kind of a novel thing to do with grizzled veterans, John. You give them a 10-day and say, if you like us, maybe we'll sign you.
That's a good way to do it. You guys with some years on them.
Foul. Mobley gets too much of Santiago. That's his third.
Good job by Daniel to go to the basket to draw that foul. Bucks continue to get to the line at the other end. Weatherspoon with 10 points in this game, 8 of them in the paint. Here's the foul. It's concerning to me that the Bucks are shooting this well, have a differential like this, and again getting to the line, although they're not knocking them dead at the line and making them, and the Bucks are down in the ball game. I'm telling you, that bodes very well for Houston. If they start shooting better and defending better, making the Bucks miss more, then they would have more of a lead.
Joe Smith and Damon Jones back on for the Bucks with under 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. Milwaukee down 5. Double team on Nakbar. And Jeff Van Gundy. Timeout taken by Van Gundy. He was jumping at Tony Brown. Somebody off the ball called a timeout, so there was a little bit of confusion.
Is it true M&I Bank has a home equity solution for every homeowner?
Sure, looks like you could use a hand. With an M&I home equity line, you could hire a pro. Low payments won't cut into your budget. You can even lock in a rate. Easy access to your money gives you the control you want. And we can get you approved in no time.
Thank you!
M&I Bank, you set us free.
Maybe it was meant to be.
Apply today at M&I Bank, equal housing lender.
Can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer! I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer! I can't taste my beer!
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
The Milwaukee Bucks visited the Fitzsimmons Boys and Girls Club to show the importance of reading. To make the day fun for everyone, the Bucks combined a day of sharing books and stories with teaching kids the fundamentals of basketball.
We'll eat you up. We love you so.
By giving their time and help to the children of Milwaukee, the Bucks have opened new doors to the joys of learning.
Greg Kashan back at the Bradley Center. Rockets now lead the Bucks by 5. Milwaukee shooting very well at 51%, but still trail in this game by 5 points. General Manager now Larry Harris joins me, and I want to talk a few topics with you off the top. First, this final 10 games, this stretch, not easy for you. You got 6 of 10 at home. That's the good part, but tell me a little bit about your perspective. Are you really playing for that 4th spot? Are you playing well enough to get a good spot in the playoffs there?
I think looking at it now with, you know, you got a short run here of 10 games. I think if you ask all of the players and every coach, as well as myself, is we're trying to get that 4th spot. I think that's what we're achieving to get there. We put ourselves in a position to get that 4th spot. But again, in the big picture of it all, if we can just get ourselves in the playoffs at the end of the day, and then just take our lumps, where, you know, decide who we play at that point is really irrelevant. But I think we're in a position to obtain that 4th spot. You know, obviously New Orleans got a tough trip going out west, and also Cleveland and Miami are right on our heels. So it's going to be an interesting run these last 10 games.
It would be nice, obviously, to have TJ Ford there. Can you give us an update, the latest on him, and how much has this club really missed TJ Ford?
Well, I think to all the fans out there that obviously when you look at our team as a whole, we were really developing a nice first 5 and second 5. And the element that TJ brought, the up-tempo, the easy baskets, the transition baskets that helped Michael get started, and Desmond, Joe Smith, Dan Gadzarich, pretty much all the players across the board. So that element has really been missed. Anytime you take your starting point guard out of the lineup, I mean, he started every game he's ever played in, and it really has not a lot has been written about how much we miss him. But conversely, Damon, the addition of Brevin Knight and Eric have done a nice job. we hope to have some more results here this week. He's going to do some further tests this week throughout the country, and we'll have another MRI done in the early part of April, and we'll have more of an update when that time comes.
You know, your dad, Dell, is going to get a chance to coach Yao Ming, the Chinese international team, in the Olympics. Through your conversations with your dad, how much is he looking forward to this experience?
Well, very excited. I think, you know, he obviously would, if the opportunity presented itself, to be a head coach in the NBA again. But this certainly, it's not accustomed to him to coach in international games. I did tell him before the game if he could speak to Yao and maybe take it easy on us today would help. But it doesn't look like he got to him in time. But I know he's excited about the opportunity, and I know that he's probably looking for some point guards to help Yao out at this point.
Larry, thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you very much for having me, Coach.
Jim, John?
Thank you, Craig. Yao Ming scoring a moment ago. He has 15 points in the game. Weatherspoon continues to light up the Bucks. 12 for Clarence. It's 48-42 Houston.
Yeah, Clarence has a good combination, Jim, of he can shoot jumpers, but he's also been in the paint a lot, which we've pointed out. I think we're seeing Houston tone up their defense a little bit. It's paying off, and that's how they've opened up this lead.
Damon Jones tries to turn the corner. He's fouled by Yao Ming.
Good job by Damon. He's double teamed. They're trying to contain him in the corner, which most teams like to do. And because he just keeps coming at them, that gets him free throws.
Number 19, Damon Jones.
Damon had career highs in both free throws attempted and made on Friday night in Chicago when he went 8 for 10. 21 points in that game. He's been averaging just a tick under 8 assists in the last 17 games for the Bucks. So Damon Jones has filled in for TJ Ford rather nicely. 7 today, and the Bucks are down 6.
He's done a tremendous job.
Francis dances and draws the foul.
That's what he can do. One of the best in the game at it, actually.
Francis upset with himself that he did not convert. Desmond Mason on the foul, so Steve gets a couple of free throws.
They've got a lot of weapons, Jim. They extend your defense because they do have perimeter shooters. They got a great penetrator in him. And then they got Yao Ming, who you can go to time after time in the post. But Francis on the finish.
The word out of Houston is that Francis is becoming more of a team leader, a better attitude these days. Singing the praises of Yao Ming. I guess Yao has proven himself to Francis.
You would hope Francis is smart enough to realize you should support the big guy, because when if you're going to be a really great team and you got a guy like him inside, that helps you accomplish that task.
If you're a point guard, all you really have to do is look around.
Yep.
Who has them? When you have one with you, use him. That's the second foul on Yao Ming.
And Jim, think about it. When you're really good at the 1 and the 5,
you can win championships.
That's right. That's the building blocks. Those are the cornerstones. Again, same play. Keep it on him as they try to squeeze on the ball.
I think the Bucks won a championship that way in 1971.
Yeah, and then you get really good at the other positions, but you got a great 1 and a great 2. Oscar and Kareem. Bucks missing their throws today.
Just 9 for 16 so far.
You play good teams, you got to do the little things like make your throws, don't turn the ball over. It's very important.
So they've missed 8 in 17 free throw attempts today after missing 8 in 49 attempts on Friday in Chicago. Jackson tries the reverse, knocked away from Yao by Santiago. Bucks on the run. Red hears the whistle, draws the foul, and takes a hard foul.
Shooting percentages starting to close the gap a little bit. Buck's still doing a great job of getting to the line, but if you don't make them when you get there, it's not a factor. Michael Redd fouled prior to the block. Pushing the ball, therefore, Yao is not a factor because he can't transition that quickly.
Boston Nakbar picks up the foul. Did you notice that Steve Francis offered to help Michael Redd off the floor and he declined? He waited for one of his teammates to pick him up.
That's how this team is. Teammates, they come to each other, they help one another, they're unified. And most teams, like Francis in that case, most teams, kind of the unwritten rule is you don't help the other guys up.
38.2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And another missed free throw. The Rockets up 7 late in the first half. Mark Jackson, clear out for him. Damon Jones defends. They go cross court. Nakbar. Shot clock buzzer goes off, but they hit iron. Nakbar and Joe Smith get tangled up. Louis Griot stayed back to watch all of that. Fans thought he should have blown the whistle. He does not. All Desmond Mason can do is throw it up, and that's the end of the half. Gary Porter a bit frustrated. Some calls have not gone the Bucks' way in the first half. It's 52-45. Houston from the Bradley Center in Milwaukee on Fox Sports Net.
Supercuts, we understand, guys.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of
time or cash, but you want hot women to think you do.
Yeah.
Something that's just
makes you look more complex than you really are.
Yes, that's it.
Sort of spiky?
In a conservative, I have a job and don't live in my parents' basement kind of way.
Yeah.
Even though you do.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Supercuts. When it comes to hair, we know how it is.
Why try Supercuts? Why not? They're quick, affordable, and have 1,700 locations nationwide.
Cherokee, Wrangler, Liberty. Strange.
How did you get that Liberty down? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Want the ability to go anywhere? Then get into Jeep Adventure Days, where exceptionally well-qualified buyers can get a Jeep Liberty Sport for just $249 a month and our 770 powertrain limited warranty on every trail-rated Jeep 4x4. See your local Jeep dealer today.
The time is now to buy your new boat. A StarCraft boat powered by Mercury outboards and stern drives. Hi, I'm Alan Bell from Cedar Lake Sales in West Bend. We're celebrating StarCraft's 100th anniversary with pre-season sale prices on their spectacular lineup of Sea Star fishing boats, runabouts, deck boats, and pontoons. StarCraft and Cedar Lake Sales have the right boat for you. StarCraft boats powered by the best name on the water, Mercury. Visit Cedar Lake Sales on Highway 33 in West Bend today for the best deals on the water this summer. Don't miss out on these anniversary specials.
Close a great deal now with 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back. On select new Nissans through March 31st at your Nissan dealer.
Man, 5 hours of games. I gotta grab a shower.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
You're up.
People really like it here.
Saving your hot water?
All the essentials.
watching Fox Sports Net.
Milwaukee Bucks basketball is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards. And by Potawatomi Bingo Casino, a 4-star Dream Dance restaurant where you'll always find a winning table.
We are back at the Bradley Center. The mascots are getting together on the court here at halftime to put on a show and a mini game. Houston leading the Bucks 52-45 at the break. Yao Ming with 15 points to lead the way in scoring for Houston. Let's take a look at our Pizza Hut news and notes. We're going to update you on some scores this afternoon in the NBA. Of course, a couple of them influence a little bit about what's going on in the Eastern Conference. Memphis, a winner again over Toronto. And how about Memphis? All of a sudden now they're contending for the best record in the Western Conference, coached by Hubie Brown. Dallas a winner over Orlando, 118-88, and just underway. Game of interest to the Bucks, of course. Miami and Indiana just underway. Miami only a game behind in the Eastern Conference standings behind Milwaukee, and the Bucks have 2 games in a row coming up against Indiana on Tuesday and Wednesday night, a home and home. Looks like the Sausages getting ready for Brewer baseball season. We'll play a little basketball here this afternoon. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Steak and shrimp, or shrimp and steak. Imagine having both of these on just one plate.
Applebee's new steak and shrimp double features. Get happy.
So happy together.
There are 3 simple words to describe Ford Explorer. First, most, best. First in class with independent rear suspension, most third-row passenger room, and the most trusted SUV 11 years running. Ford Explorer, the best-selling SUV in America, period. Get 0% financing for 60 months or up to $3,750 total cash back. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
You got ID? Okay.
Nothing goes better with leftovers than some ice-cold Pepsi. It's the Cola.
Attention. Beware of credit counseling services.
Thousands of people have tried to consolidate their debt with credit counselors and have failed. Don't throw away your hard-earned money on another payment you just can't afford. As the largest bankruptcy firm in the country, our attorneys can stop foreclosures, garnishments, repossessions, and finally, get rid of your bills once and for all.
Call now, toll-free 1-888-7-HELP-US. That's 1-888-7-HELP-US for a free consultation.
Yes, I'd like to order a pizza with
sausage! Oh, Kermit! Pepperoni! Extra cheese!
Ends the pizza fight forever with the amazing new 4-for-all pizza from Pizza Hut. 4 different pizzas topped just the way you like them. Just $11.99.
Get around the good stuff!
Got him with the breaking ball there. Setnik is flying around the diamond. The Brewers win the game!
Bring it, check it, bring it. You're in Wisconsin now, we're gonna chew you up. The play is going down, you better check your cup. What? You are, yeah, you felt that one, huh? Pacific, ready, TJ2. They'll beat you down and then we're coming for you. You are, I can hear your mama calling for the Wisconsin Strong. Wisconsin Strong, this is our song. Sing it, come on. You are, in our house.
Milwaukee Bucks basketball is presented by Miller Lite. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. And by your local Chrysler and Jeep dealers, where you get the best values in America.
Halftime continues at the Bradley Center. Houston leads Milwaukee 52-45. Another starting lineup, a different starting lineup, having used for Terry Porter for his Milwaukee Bucks team. Of course, the Bucks have battled injuries over the last month or so of the season. Let's take a look at our Wendy's Did You Know? Speaking of starting lineups, this Houston squad, second in the league, only using 6 different starting lineups. The fewest starting lineup at Sacramento, Houston, Denver, Detroit, and New Jersey. And it's really no secret there. Those teams all with winning records and all in playoff contention as well in the NBA. So that's our Wendy's. Did you know the fewest starting lineups used this season? The Rockets only 6. We're going to come back to the Bradley Center and talk with assistant coach Bob Osipka when we return. Houston leading the Bucks.
You got everything for growing and mowing at Menards. Get your lawn growing with NK Fast and Fine Grass Seed. 5 pounds are just $8.99. 20 pounds only $29.99. Keep your lawn looking great with MTD mowers. Choose from 13 different models, all on sale, starting at just $97 for this 20-inch mower. Plus, don't pay till 2005 now at Menards, your lawn and garden headquarters.
Save big money at Menards.
Doesn't it seem as if someone is trying to tell you something? Introducing Extra Play Days on Wisconsin's very own Megabucks from the Wisconsin Lottery. For a limited time, when you purchase a $5 ticket for the next draw, you'll receive 2 extra plays for the next draw. Think of it as a brand new twist on the old 1-2.
The Boys of Spring, MLB 2004. Get the inside look at the most intriguing and controversial stories in baseball. Can the Red Sox reverse the curse and overtake their bitter rivals? Big-time players making big-time moves. And will the steroid controversy continue to tarnish the game and the record books? The Boys of Spring, MLB 2004, tonight on Fox Sports Net.
Where Wisconsin fans come first.
Fox Sports Net.
Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net. Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world go toe-to-toe. Witness Fists of Fury from a ringside seat. Now featuring boxing expert Max Kellerman for everything you need to know inside the ropes. Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net.
Hey guys, thanks again.
No problem. Thank you.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back at the Bradley Center, Houston leading the Bucks here at the break, 52-45. I'm joined now by assistant coach Bob Osipka. And interesting, you guys, tell me about the pace, I guess, right off the top, Bob, in this one. It seemed numbers-wise, you guys really should have been ahead at certain points and then a little bit slow there towards the end. Some missed free throws and opportunities there.
Yeah, we missed 9 free throws. We like the pace of the game. There's a few things we need to clean up. Some on the glass, offensive rebounds. We got to keep jamming Yao as much as we can inside, and it causes you a problem because now you're forced to get out and contest shooters.
Let's talk a little bit more about that defense in the first half as we take a look first at controlling the others category, and Witherspoon off the bench with 12 points and doing it inside now.
Yeah, he's hurt us a little bit with a couple jump shots at the top. You know, those, we don't always expect those. But he's tough inside. We know he's a handle, so we've got to go play him better, keep off the boards. And again, when you zero in on stopping other guys are going to step forward.
And one of those other guys that stepped forward early and then late was Yao Ming. He got his points, 15. Our key stat, offensive rebounds right now. They lead that category 6-4, and then Mobley hitting the outside shot as well.
Yeah, they're running Mobley off some baseline screens to the corner. We talked about adjusting to make sure we take those away. And also we've double teamed a little bit off of him to get to Yao, which is giving him some open looks. So hopefully we've talked about it, cleaned it up, and coach has got a good plan for him for the second half.
Well, good luck the rest of the way, Bob. Thanks.
Thanks, Craig.
That's Bob Osipka, Bucks assistant coach. Jim Majano will come back with more stats from the first half and start the third quarter in just a moment.
does trucks like nobody else. During Dodge Truck Month, grab the Hemi-powered Ram 1500, the Ram Heavy Duty Cummins 600 Turbo Diesel, and more. With some of our best deals, like up to $3,500 cash allowance or 0% financing, plus an additional $1,000 truck month bonus on select Rams, and our 770 powertrain limited warranty. Powerful trucks, powerful offers during Dodge Truck Month. And now you've got 7 days to deal. March in and drive out with 0 down and make no monthly payments for 6 months. See your Dodge dealer now.
Guys.
The new magazine show that reveals sports' most dramatic stories. This week, the Big Unit talks about the most controversial topics in baseball. Plus, John Wooden reveals the secret ingredient that made him unbeatable. Fox Sports Net across America, tonight.
Coach Porter and the Bucks continue their fight for a playoff position with back-to-back games against the Beast of the East. Pacers, Bucks, tomorrow at 6:30 and Wednesday at 6 on Fox.
GMC professional grade trucks have arrived at 130th and Capitol Drive. Mike Juneau and the Brookfield Pontiac GMC team urge you to take a ride in the Canyon, the all-new GMC Canyon. Mike's got all your trucks, 2-wheel, 4-wheel, retractable top SUV, GMC trucks, backed by customer service that's ranked #1. Brookfield Pontiac GMC, professional grade, sales, service, and selection. Mike Juneau's Brookfield Pontiac GMC, where the difference is the deal.
Time for Eye Control movies.
I have no choice but to kill you all.
The Desperado has returned. Start the action now.
Time to get messy. You dig it?
I can dig it.
Order Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Don't miss this movie. It's easy. Tune to Channel 1000 and watch now. Time Warner Cable. Now anything's possible.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Back at the Bradley Center, Houston up 7 as we get set for the start of the third quarter. The Bucks allowed the Rockets to shoot 56% in the second period as we take a look at the Miller Lite halftime stats. So Houston is up to 45%, right on the heels of Milwaukee in the shooting category. The Bucks struggling from the free throw line. Houston doing a better job outside the arc, better job on rebounding. Everything else fairly even. Second chance points, a product of 6 offensive rebounds to 4 in that first half. Underway in the third quarter. The Bucks trying to move over 500. The Rockets trying to win for the 42nd time this season. Dumped down. Yao had his back to the pass from Francis.
Jim, I think the Bucks played a very fine first half, but it's a bit chilling. When they shot that much better throughout most of the game, got to the line more, didn't make them, and yet Houston had the lead. That's chilling in terms of the Bucks have to be better than that in the second half to win this game, obviously.
I think Yao Ming is a one-man stats equalizer.
Oh, in many respects. Second chance points, paint points, forcing the other team to miss inside, although the Bucks shot well throughout most of the period.
Maurice Taylor from the perimeter, 6 for him. The Bucks just 1 of 2 on 3-pointers. Memphis shot the 3 with regularity and success on Friday night. They had 10 against Houston. Offensive foul called against Desmond Basin.
Well, Jim, when you think about it, with Yao inside, the way they can defend, if you're making your threes and you're running up and down the court, which is how Memphis plays, that's how you can beat Houston, because you're going to put a lot of threes up. You got to make them. You transition them. It's a quick game, and that's a Memphis-type game. It's not always the Bucks-type game. They want to have a little control of tempo to some degree.
Memphis must have done something right in that first quarter. They shot 75%. That's Maurice Taylor on an offensive foul, so back-to-back 0 fouls. 75% allowed by a good defensive team, the team that allows the lowest field goal percentage in the league.
Well, see, what Houston wants to do is get you in a half-court offensive game. Then their defense can take effect. Their guards can D up on the ball. You got Yao behind. But if you're transitioning, then that defense isn't going to be a factor.
Maurice Taylor picks up his 4th foul. That's a bad miss. Air ball. And here they come. Jim Jackson lays it in.
How about that for an exchange? Quickly out of their D. And, of course, the air ball sets it up.
Joe Smith. Maurice Taylor bodied up on him. Joe looked like he was limping there for a moment, but he gets back to play fronting defense on Taylor.
Jim, I think that ankle he rolled hurts him once in a while. It did in Chicago, if you recall.
Joe on the foul.
Well, Maurice Taylor is coming out smoking here in the 3rd. He's been scoring, and now he gets to the line on the quick foul on the ball.
Clarification on the last layup, it was Taylor rather than Jackson for the bucket, so Maurice Taylor now working his way toward double digits. If he makes the free throw, he'll have 10.
And 6 straight points in the period if he makes it.
Smith deep position. Gets it back. Yao blocked the first one.
Sweet effort by Joe, huh? Staying with it. Man, he's been a ton this year. Great job.
No basket, I believe. The foul called before the shot. Is he going to give it to him?
Side court, foul
no
on
basket.
the floor. Foul on the floor, I think.
Jeff Van Gundy doesn't like that call, of course. No continuation here.
Where'd Skinner commit a foul? When he pushed from behind on Yao? That was the foul? Man, then you better call 500 fouls tonight on every play if that was the call.
Well, Steve Francis thought it was on him. Van Gundy thought it was on the shooter.
Nobody knows. I mean, I can't even believe that. I mean,
4th on Skinner.
The foul wasn't on the ball. I think it was the push on Yao. Players didn't even know what it was.
Double team on Yao. Rebound off to Santiago.
Good pressure.
Daniel hooks one. It doesn't go over Yao Ming.
That's a tough shot.
Taylor thumps one off the rim to Damon Jones. Under 8.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Rockets up 58-49. The Bucks down to 43% shooting. Jimmy Jackson from the perimeter over Desmond Mason. Terry Porter wants a timeout. He wants to slow the bleeding down here as Houston has mounted an 11-point lead. It's 60-49 with 8:07 remaining in the 3rd.
There's a time in every guy's life when he's finally out on his own. It's a time of experimentation, of trial and error, mostly error. The cinnamon and raisin biscuit at Hardee's. Without us, some guys would starve.
And the ball said, anybody can be famous. Fame is cheap. Fame is easy. Fame is fleeting, but try achieving greatness. Greatness is hard. Greatness is lonely. Greatness is work. Greatness is humbling. Greatness is a responsibility, and greatness lasts forever. You don't want greatness, do you?
How inspiring can a minivan be? Can it give you seats when you need them? And space when you don't? Yes. Can it take a mountain of stuff and make it disappear? With exclusive stow and go seating and storage? Absolutely. Introducing the all-new Chrysler Town & Country, starting at $20,995. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
8:07 remaining in the third quarter. It's 60-49. Houston up by 11 now on the Bucks. Fox Sports Net across America is the new weekly magazine show that reveals sports' most dramatic stories. This week, Diamondbacks ace Randy Johnson talks about the most controversial topics in baseball. Plus, coaching legend John Wooden reveals the secret that made him unbeatable. Fox Sports Net across America airs Sunday at 9 o'clock. The Rockets 3 out of 5 in the quarter. Again, the second quarter saw Houston hit 56% of its shots. The Bucks struggling in the third.
You know what you're seeing? You're seeing a good defensive team that just stays the course, and it's gradually starting to take its toll on the Bucks. The Bucks shot 56-57%. It's now 43. So the Bucks percentage coming down. Houston's going up, and that's what they've done pretty much on the year to teams.
Santiago follows up and one. Great work by Daniel Santiago, fouled by Jim Jackson.
You know, Jim, the Bucks could really use Daniel having a game today. Because of Yao's size, you need Daniel's size. And Santiago's got some offense in there around the basket. He does have a good hook. He's got size that he can try to offset Yao with.
Santiago's point high for the Bucks this season is 13.
If the Bucks make their throws, the game's tied.
Bucks foul, number 8, Joe Smith.
Joe Smith on the foul. That's his third.
Yeah, post. Look at the pass. Good pass, Jim. All of the foreign players, no matter where they come from, can pass the ball, it seems.
Maurice Taylor adding to his third quarter point total in his 6th NBA season. Played at Michigan.
6'9", good size. You know, Jim, look at that position. Look what Taylor and Weatherspoon have done. Those two guys, major factor in this ball game. Those are the others. It's not Francis, Mobley, or Yao. So if you look at it after the game, you say, those two guys beat you. Taylor and Weatherspoon, that's unfortunate.
Joe Smith over Maurice Taylor. Joe has 15. Taylor and Weatherspoon are those muscle, hard-working type players that win a lot of basketball games for you.
That's right.
Santiago clears the miss by Taylor. Taylor had 19 in game 1 against the Bucks. No offensive slouch at all.
No, plus, you know, they'll play solid D, rebound, and you're right. Michael Redd inside, boy, he can shoot that tweener probably as good or better than anybody in the league.
14 for Michael. Joe Smith leading the Bucks in scoring with one more than that. Coutinho Mobley dances down the paint. That puts Mobley in double figures with 11. The Rockets have 4 with 10 or more, led by Yao, 15 points. Yao's next rebound gives him a double-double.
Somebody defensively needs to shut that boulevard down so they can't go all the way.
Mason draws the defense on a deep drive. Redd, yes. Same shot, other side. Michael Redd has 16.
Well, Jim, they want to take the 3 away, so they run at him and make him shoot the tweener, which, again, I'll document, he's good at it.
Perimeter swing. Taylor wants the middle. He goes to Yao. And Santiago will be called for the foul.
On second thought, underneath. When Yao catches, he's already so deep. If you get him to miss that, that's a break. And then they say, okay, now let's see. Foul with the body underneath, I guess. You'll be able to see it more here.
I think he got him around the shoulder area right there. Might have been hip to hip, but I think the push up top was the one that got it. Yao is 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
Big guy with a good touch. Can pass, got shooting touch. Got a lot to work around there. Great attitude, work ethic, intelligent.
And 1 billion fans.
Best part, right there. That's a couple more than you have.
Mason, paint. Yao knocks it out, but Red is near midcourt to get it. Full shot clock. 5.5 minutes to play in the third. Red's open behind the Santiago screen. Shot short. Mobley will bring it up. Offensive foul. Yao Ming as Santiago goes down.
Daniel doing a great job of denying position, anticipating, and going with it. Daniel's a great flopper. And there was just enough contact. He goes with it at the right time and gets it.
That was pretty.
Yeah. That's part of this game. Uh-oh.
Travel.
Now, you know something? Damon Jones gambled then. Usually, if you challenge a guy in the backcourt, you're going to get burned because a guy had released. Because Damon challenged, that forced the turnover and saved what would have been a basket. Right here.
Damon knows Steve Francis, of course, from summers in Houston. They play against each other during the summer, as do a lot of NBA pros. Desmond Mason, Bucks thought a foul should have been called there. Francis floats, scores. No, it doesn't. It came out. That ball was halfway down.
You know how hard it is to shoot that straight in like that? On the move like that? Whew.
Desmond Mason goes in to challenge Yao Ming. He's knocked down by Mobley, just flattened him. And a tee. Mobley also has been given a technical, so Red will shoot the 3-1. Desmond Mason was fouled by Mobley.
I'll tell you, Mobley's working hard defensively. Good defender. He's on Red. He's working hard. I understand that emotional and that technical. I understand it. Working hard, going for it, up and down the court, fighting through screens, almost comes up with it. He gets the foul, emotional reaction. He walks away. So sometimes you're going to get a tee like that, no question.
Second team foul, side court inbound by the Bucks, Michael Red. Mobley will go to the bench in favor of Boston Nakbar. Nakbar chases Red, can't even stay close to him. Red nails the 3. Nakbar had no chance. 20 for Michael Red. The Bucks within 4.
Come on, I feel like it. I feel like Fazoli's.
Italian fresh and fast.
I feel like Fazoli's.
fresh Italian with unlimited fresh baked breadsticks.
I just can't do this anymore. You want me to be happy, right? I just need more in my life. More flavor and smooth taste. Don't do that. You're the king, and you're funny. Nobody can question that. But I'm kind of into that cold filtered thing. This is kind of awkward. We're gonna get out of here.
On the next Beyond the Glory, the Bus family's success is driven by ambition and independence.
He's got the vision, and he feeds that to us.
From rags to riches.
We spent 3 or 4 hours dissecting that $5 bill.
A dream transformed into a dynasty.
Once you walked in that forum, the show was on.
I've really accomplished everything I ever hoped to do.
Beyond the Glory, tonight on Fox Sports Net.
Where Wisconsin fans come first. Fox Sports Net.
The Bucks have jumped on the back of Michael Redd and have closed the problem down to 4 now. 4:10 remaining in the third quarter. It's 65-61.
Not a bad back to jump on. Kick. They take the 3 away. He steps inside. This one off the screen. You talked about the great screen, Jim, by Daniel Santiago. It freed up Redd. First time he's had that look with Mobley going out. Mobley not there to stay with him, and Redd drains it, and the Bucks are right back in it. Great job.
The MGD third quarter stat, Michael Redd, 20 points today. 8 of those coming here in the third quarter as the Bucks try to close the gap. Milwaukee trailed by 7 at the half. Shot clock malfunction. Reading 23 as Houston brought it all the way over half court.
You know, have we been seeing that a lot this year? I don't mean just in this building. I mean a lot of buildings. But we seem to have a lot of situations where the shot clock didn't start.
There have been a few.
It feels like it to me.
Well, we've had game clocks that stopped in the middle of action.
Yeah, and no one caught some of it in New York.
Shot clock burned up here one night.
Yeah, we had a burn up.
Literally. Jackson missing from the corner. Santiago has the rebound.
We've seen more floor court shot clocks this year than we have in years.
Two, I recall, one at Washington and one here.
Yeah, that's more than we've seen in about 10.
Santiago fouled by Francis, I believe, or was it just knocked out of bounds? Probably just knocked out. 4 on the shot clock.
And Jim, they were really playing up on Michael Redd then. Jackson's on him at this point. They're trying to use the screens to get to him.
Catch and shoot, Damon Jones. He goes down, shot doesn't. Joe Smith battling. Shot clock is stuck again. Joe Smith. The ball hit the rim, came out to Redd. The shot clock had 23 showing, and it was still stuck. Obviously, the Bucks had the reset. More importantly, they are within 2. Good ball movement into Yao. High scoop off the glass. 18 for Yao Ming. Redd, quick release, off the catch and shoot from Jones. 22 for Michael.
Bucks are running that play to death, Jim. It's Daniel Santiago, single screen. He comes down and screens for him. Jackson trailing.
If you can hit your jumpers against Houston, you have a chance. You don't have to nail threes like Memphis did the other night. Just move the ball and get open shots.
That's right.
And rebound.
Team rebound.
The rebounds are even at 32. Damon Jones, teardrop hit the side of the backboard. Jackson missing the triple attempt. And now a whistle and a foul. Michael Redd.
They shoot, though. And this quarter just reversed from the whole first half. in that the Bucks committing 5 fouls much earlier than the Rockets, who only have 2 team fouls at this period.
Yao Ming sits. Clarence Weatherspoon back on. Weatherspoon had a 12-point first half. Very solid. Hitting 6 of 7 shots.
And Taylor on the line, and Weatherspoon are the 2 guys really stepping up offensively for Houston.
They've combined for 24. And now 25. Under 2 minutes in the third. Mason works against Nakbar. Nakbar cannot stay with his quickness, and the foul committed.
Today, Jim, Desmond hasn't quite been the offensive power that he has been, and there's a couple of things. They haven't been fouling him as much as over the last few games. He's been able to get to the line a lot and to the basket a lot, and they haven't allowed that. So Desmond from the field has not been as effective tonight or today.
Desmond Mason 2 for 11 from the field. He has missed his last 7 shots.
But when he's on the court, you never know. Look out.
Santiago defending Maurice Taylor. Help comes. Ball swing to the corner for Steve Francis. 4 on the shot clock. Nakbar. Tony Brown asking for help. The fans thought Weatherspoon knocked it out. It appeared that he had the last touch, but he may have been pushed. Hand may have been pushed. We'll see.
I think it was a correct call.
You knock it away from behind like that, you can't really.
It's tough to tell, but I think that was a correct call.
I think it was too.
Yeah.
A little over a minute to play in the third. The Bucks can tie with a deuce and lead with a 3. Foul, Nakbar, as Mason tries to get through up on the top.
And they had a foul to give. Over the limit now. I check me.
Second under 2 minutes.
Yep. And that's the point. When he's on the floor, he's so active. Especially with the penalty in effect, you don't know when he's going to make something happen and get to the line even off the ball.
The Rockets in some foul jeopardy, 4 with 4.
Or as Moses Malone used to say, foe with foe. We're going to get him in foe. Remember that famous quotes?
Foe, foe, and foe in 3 rounds.
And they did it.
Desmond can tie the game right here. Milwaukee 14 of 25 from the line. A bad stat in a close game. Nakbar throws it away into traffic.
Bucks don't zone, but they were position playing on that defense.
You think about a 2 for 1 here late in the third?
2 for.
Red 3. 3 for.
Got it. I thought it was long.
For the lead, 71-69, and they'll get another possession.
Well done. Won't have much time, though, Jim.
Nope. Depending on what the Rockets do.
If they shoot earlier?
Yeah, now they won't have much time. Nearly turned over. Nakbar backs out. Shot clock was at 1. So the deflection took away the possession, but the fans love it. Michael Redd, 25 points. And the Bucks lead heading to the fourth.
Nothing sounds better than pizza and Pepsi. It's the Cola.
Get all your spring projects done with big savings from Menards. Country Stone Decorative Rock is great for landscaping and controlling moisture. Just $2.47 a bag. Protect your home against water damage with Flowtech sump pumps. This model features a lifetime warranty. On sale, $125. This battery backup system keeps your home dry even during power failures, $194. Plus, don't pay till 2005. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The best-selling minivan of all time just got better. Introducing the all-new 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan, exclusively featuring available stow and go. 2 rows of fold flat seats with best-in-class in-floor storage. Plus, you can get adjustable overhead compartments. Fold and stow all the seats for best-in-class cargo capacity. Altogether making the 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan the only minivan with stow and go seating and storage, simply the best. The lowest priced minivan in America, starting under $19,000.
Chill's really in the zone here.
Looks like she's going to give it another go.
1, 2,
3 sevens for the jackpot. Let's take a look at the replay.
Wait a second, did I miss something here?
Vince, it appears that just by playing with her Firekeeper's Club card, Jill was earning an entry into Potawatomi's $1 million full moon frenzy.
Can you say ka-ching?
I'd be willing to try, Vince.
It's East versus the West at the Bradley Center this afternoon. Yao Ming of the Far East visiting the Midwest. And a big game for him. A double-double already, but Yao and the Rockets seeing red as Michael Redd scores 13 points in the third quarter. The Bucks outscore Houston 26-17 to grab the 71-69 lead. Jim Paskey, John McLaughlin, Craig Kashan. It's an entertaining one. Bucks lead it by 2. We're in store for a wonderful fourth quarter, guys.
71-69 as we get set for the final 12 minutes. The Bucks with 6 offensive rebounds to none for Houston in the third quarter. Michael Redd, 13 of his 25 in the period. Yao Ming leading Houston with 19 points, so it's Redd and China at the top of the scoring list.
And Jim, here's what the Bucks did. They brought Houston's shooting percentage down while the Bucks were able to up theirs to 45%. They did a great job in that area. At the same time, they were rebounding, and you talked about it.
Redd, 3. He starts the fourth the way he ended the third. 28 for Michael Redd. The Bucks have hit 3 of their last 4 3-point shots.
They had just done a great job of tightening up the D and getting the O going in the third.
Santiago will be called for the foul on the drive by Francis.
In the meantime, Santiago has played some good minutes for the Bucks. Even though he got that foul, he has done an excellent job at both ends in there.
He had to wait for Godzarich and Skinner to each pick up 3 fouls before he got the call, but he has done very well against Yao Ming and the Rockets today. Double on the catch. Ball tipped out by Knight with 10 on the timer. It's over and back. It was not tipped.
And that was D. Again, Bucks have brought D in this second half.
The Bucks have scored the last 9 points in the game. 6 unanswered to end the third. Redd had the 3 to open the fourth. Another one on the way. Loose ball foul against Santiago. He had a hold of Yao as he tried to knock it back outside.
As big as Daniel is, look how small he is compared to Yao. And trying to get past him to tap that out, it was a good thought, but too much man to overcome to try to get to the ball.
Brevin Knight fouls Steve Francis.
This worries me, Jim, because, again, like the last period, going to be a penalty too quickly here. Bucks committing early fouls. Third, none on Houston. They could be shooting free throws with 9 minutes remaining in the period. That's a problem. Or sooner or near that.
Just 1:09 into the fourth quarter, and already the Bucks have 3.
Yeah.
Red bodies up on Coutinho Mobley. Man, tough shot.
Yeah.
13 for Mobley.
About all you can do defensively.
Shot clock under 10.
This is where they wanted the ball in the first place.
Desmond Mason around Jim Jackson. Desmond able to draw the foul. Steve Francis.
See, Jim, that's resetting it up. They screened across for Desmond to come to the left box. Couldn't make the pass. Swing it to the top. Go back to the corner. Now he's been able to reset, and you got the angles.
Francis committing the foul before Mason got to Yao. Desmond has been on the line today. He has 10 points, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. By far the most attempts by a Buck today. The next closest player, Michael Redd, 3 out of 4. 12 misses for Milwaukee from the line, 15 of 27. 3 no. Coutinho Mobley from the corner. The Bucks are down 1 in rebounding, 35-34. Floor pass for Santiago, and he takes it in on Yao Ming.
Good hands to go down and get it by Daniel, and the pass was there. Well done.
Double out on Jackson, foul committed by Brevin Knight.
That's too bad, Jim, because that's a foul you don't want. That's the 4th team foul, and you didn't really need it. Look at the pass here. The hands and the finish.
Yao Ming picks up a foul here.
Santiago made it happen again. He's playing him. Yao pushes him off. Daniel has been a ton for the Bucks.
Yao, the 5th Rocket, to pick up his 4th foul. Kukoc to it. Driving Desmond Mason. 12 for the Cowboy. And the Bucks go up by 8. They've held Houston to 2 points in 1 minute and 50 seconds into the 4th.
Hey! What are you doing up? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't think this is mine, do you? It's Rick's. You know, he loves flavor. He's Mr. Cold Filtered. He's into smoothness. Okay, here's the thing. I have a chance to be really happy with my beer, and I'm taking it. I'm just a man.
Hi, can I get your name?
Cheap, lazy remote control hog.
Gotcha. Have a seat.
Never asked for directions?
Oh,
Male stereotypes are sometimes true. That's why they're supercuts.
Always leaves the seat up?
Because even if he's a
non-committal mama's boy?
a guy still deserves to look good.
Sex-obsessed procrastinator?
And so do women. Supercuts. We know how it is.
Supercuts has the best trained stylist in most convenient locations. Call 1-800-SUPERCUTS for a store near you.
Open up to a safer online experience with Roadrunner High-Speed Online. Now with free eTrust Easy Armor Security Suite from Computer Associates. Get virus protection that is always up to date. And an industrial-strength firewall that helps prevent identity theft. Also blocks pop-up ads. This peace of mind is yours free.
Call Time Warner Cable today for Roadrunner High-Speed Online. 1-800-ROADRUNNER. Call now.
With Roadrunner, your world is always on.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
The Bucks open the fourth quarter with an 8-2 run, extending their closing run in the third. 79-71 with 9:10 remaining. Tony Kukoc, another great pass.
I mean, look at it, Jim. They've defended him, but he finds Desmond open, and Desmond does a wonderful job of coming to the ball, making a wonderful catch and finish.
Santiago playing one-man defense, but he commits the foul on Yao Ming. Yao took a shot to the eye, says he's all right. Santiago had to defend two, the drive and then Yao.
Well, as I said, we might be seeing free throws from the penalty around the 9-minute mark. 9:02, they're on the line. Going to be a lot of throws in this game.
Yao Ming, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Only two centers in the NBA score more than his 17.6 a game. Shaquille O'Neal and Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, two pretty good offensive people, huh?
The Bucks up by 6 with the ball. Under 9 minutes in the fourth. Kukoc again. This time it was Red cutting. Ball knocked out by the Rockets. 10 on the shot clock.
Now that's a great example of where your big man, your 7'6" guy shot blocker pays off. He saved what would have been a basket.
Brevin Knight. 12th rebound for Yao Ming. Mark Jackson occupies a couple, finds Jimmy Jackson, and he airmails it. Four on the shot clock. Thirteen boards for Yao. Yao backs in, picking up his 5th.
Daniel Santiago has been like, you know how a fly can buzz around your head and drive you crazy in the summer when you're outside? Well, he has driven Yao crazy. He's right there, and the push off again, and that's his 5th foul. He's going to have to go out. Now this is an opportunity for the Bucks.
Santiago more the size of a Minnesota mosquito.
That's right. But he's being a pest for Yao and just doing a great job of challenging Brevin.
81-73 Milwaukee. The Bucks feel they control their own destiny in the playoff chase. You do when you win.
Jim, the Rockets turn it over. They've gone to a 3-guard lineup here. They put Mobley up front because with Desmond they feel they can match up when they brought Jackson in.
Jeff Van Gundy takes a 22nd timeout. 7:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Bucks with a surge that started late in the closing moments of the third quarter. It continues in the fourth, leading by 8 at 81-73. a victory today, and the Bucks would be tied in terms of record with New Orleans. New Orleans holds the tiebreaker. These teams will play one more time. And more significantly, New Orleans heads out on a tough West Coast trip starting on Tuesday. And the Bucks and everyone else in the league thinks that New Orleans may stumble. They're injured, and they have that tough trip. Let's check in with Craig Kishon.
Yeah, a little bit more in the tiebreaker situation. They got that one game left, so if the Bucks can beat New Orleans in a couple of weeks here in Milwaukee and get that series tied up at 2-2, the Bucks right now own a better Eastern Conference record, so would win that tiebreaker. And with Miami, they've won that series 2-1. So with those teams sandwiching Milwaukee right now, they're in pretty decent shape as far as tiebreakers go.
Under 7 minutes in the fourth.
The foul situation is a real scary factor because, again, the Rockets have only one team foul. So hopefully the Bucks can get some fouls on the shot, get into the line to even up the free throw situation, because they're going to be shooting throughout this period now.
On Wednesday, stop by Court MVP on West Fond du Lac Avenue in Milwaukee between 6 and 8 o'clock. You'll have a chance to win a Bucks Miller Lite VIP night. It includes sweet tickets for you and a guest, a pregame player meet and greet, a postgame free throw contest. On Friday, April 2nd, the Bucks will be hosting the Cavaliers that night. All brought to you by the Miller Brewing Company and the Milwaukee Bucks. Both free throws good, 81-75. The Bucks trying to knock off the Houston Rockets. Red, beautifully done.
I guess he's quick to the basket. No charge because he's inside the dots. That was Jackson. They try to play on the ball side. Michael's gone.
The Rockets seeing a different Michael Red offensively at the Bradley Center. He has 30 points. Three-pointer by Mobley comes away. Kukoc has it. Red held to 12 in Houston. $17 of Red's 30 in the second half. Kukoc, no. Maurice Taylor able to pull in the rebound. Desmond Mason almost stole it. Push, Kukoc.
Number 7, Tony Kukoc.
5:48 remaining in the fourth. Michael Red has hit half of his shots today and has 30.
Imagine steak and shrimp, or shrimp and steak. Imagine having both of these on just one plate. For me and you, a choice of shrimp and juicy steak. So happy together, so happy together.
Applebee's new steak and shrimp double features. Get happy. Eating good in the neighborhood.
So, your new friend is cold filtered?
I'm sorry, I thought you liked smooth beer.
This isn't about me.
That's right, it's not. It's about me and my beer.
What happened to your old beer? We all got along. I liked
Let
it.
you drink it, Dad. Did you ever think I might need flavor and smoothness? Who's up for more?
I don't need to listen to this.
I've tried it. It's good.
The Boys of Spring, MLB 2004. Get the inside look at the most intriguing and controversial stories in baseball. Can the Red Sox reverse the curse and overtake their bitter rivals? Big-time players making big-time moves. And will the steroid controversy continue to tarnish the game and the record books? The Boys of Spring, MLB 2004, tonight on Fox Sports Net.
Where Wisconsin fans come first. Fox Sports Net.
A pair of double-doubles showing up on the Jeep game summary. Michael Red, 30 points, 10 rebounds. Yao Ming, 21 with 13 boards. The Bucks protecting the ball very well. Just 7 turnovers today. Michael Redd lighting it up in the second half.
Jimmy's been on the perimeter. He's been out front. He's been to the basket. Daniel Santiago's done a job defensively, but also offensively, and he's taken a beating, and Yao's frustrated with the personal fouls.
Yao Ming on the bench. Santiago currently getting a breather. The Bucks enjoying their 10th shutout of the season today to watch the Bucks and the Rockets. 18,717. Coutinho Mobley at the free throw line.
The fans have been a factor, been great. Daniel will stay out and get rest until Yao comes back, and then they'll match up again.
One out of 2 for Mobley, 14 for him. The Rockets with 4 in double figures. The Bucks have 3, led by Michael Redd at 30.
And the Rockets have only missed 3 free throws all day.
Great pass.
Oh, man, what a pass.
Kukoc finds Smith.
Good combination, huh?
You know, this Rockets team probably has another run left.
Oh, yeah.
You can't let up.
No.
5:20 remaining.
They're good defensively, Jim. Therefore, they've always got a run in them, and they got a lot of offensive weapons. Watch the pass by Tony. Teardropper. And a slam.
You think the run might coincide with Yao Ming returning to the game. Whenever that happens, then you have to tee it up a little more.
And Jim, I'd go right at him because he's going to be a little tentative with that final foul, even though he'll be in it at about, 3 or 4 minutes.
Don't let them close the gap with Yao on the bench.
No.
16 for Mobley.
Well, in Francis and Mobley, they've got some real weapons, and these 2 big forwards have done a great job also tonight offensively. Taylor and Weatherspoon.
Mark Jackson commits the foul with 4:54 left in the fourth.
That's only their 2nd team foul. Bucks have 34 points in the paint, Jim. That's with Yao in much of this ball game. Here he comes back now.
Significant because Houston allows the fewest points in the paint in the league, 29.7.
And about 40.5% shooting from the field overall.
They don't allow fast break points either. 2nd fewest, just over 10. Again, Brevin Knight enjoying the pass, and why not? Joe Smith has 21. So Joe follows up 23 at Chicago with 21 here. He's a rebound away from another double-double. Great second half by the Bucks, but they still have to play for under 4.5 minutes.
Great shot by Jackson.
He has 7 points.
Wow.
He's been playing with a sore back recently, but has gotten a lot of minutes in this game. Knight passes as he sees Yao ripped away. Francis took it from Smith and will take it in alone.
He's a defender, Jim, and the one thing you didn't want are turnovers. Bucks have done a great job in this game overall of not turning it over. That's only their 8th, but it's a basket.
The defense of Houston picking up with Yao's return to the game. Another take.
He just lost the ball on the way up. That's the 9th. That's the one thing that can hurt the Bucks the most if they're not even getting a shot and they turn it over. This team can transition. That'll be a foul on Kukoc. They'll be on the line again. So free throws really a factor here.
Kukoc had to defend Yao Ming, and now Santiago gets the call off the bench. Tony will exit with 3:32 remaining.
Yeah, Tony did a fine job, but you've got to bring the size back in.
Santiago has a foul to give before he would foul out on his second foul against Yao Ming. He has 4 right now, so he can play physically for 1 more.
And I'd say keep trying to challenge Yao. I mean, don't go out of your way to, but he's got 5. Another turnover, Jim, 3 straight. That's 10.
Coinciding with the return of Yao Ming. Michael Redd clears the miss.
Dodged it. They scored on 2 of the 3.
Damon Jones, Desmond Mason, Michael Redd, Daniel Santiago, and Joe Smith for the Bucks with just over 3 minutes remaining. Five on the shot clock. Down to 3. Damon Jones. 2 rings out. Santiago felt he was held by Yao.
He was. Bucks are going to need more baskets, but they need one now badly.
Ming on the miss. I'll tell you what, Maurice Taylor got a good chunk of Joe Smith. It'll be knocked out, and we'll return in a moment.
Paul said, anybody can be famous. Fame is cheap. Fame is easy. Fame is fleeting. But try achieving greatness. Greatness is hard. Greatness is lonely. Greatness is work. Greatness is humbling. Greatness is a responsibility. And greatness lasts forever. You don't want greatness, do you?
Can't taste my beer. I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer!
I can't taste my beer.
I can't taste my beer! I can't taste my beer!
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
There's 1,000 reasons to love this game. What are yours?
I love this game for the drama it brings the fans.
Because of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
Because heart always outmeasures height.
Because it's true reality TV.
I love this game so much that...
Oh, my! Oh, good time. Good time.
The Bucks lead cut to 3 with 2:37 remaining in the 4th quarter. This afternoon, the Bucks are hosting the Telemundo Network. Telemundo broadcasting around the country, and play-by-play man Edgar Lopez and John Sutcliffe, the analyst, getting into the cheese habit here. Here's what it sounds like on Telemundo.
Y ahí tenemos a Keith Van Horn.
Hay que darle mérito cómo ha respondido Milwaukee con un lesionado Keith Van Horn que les traía 18 puntos y 7 rebotes por encuentro.
Con la ausencia de Keith Van Horn, le ha dado la oportunidad a Dani Santiago a ver un poquito más de acción esta tarde. Es muy importante. La secuencia ofensiva de Houston, hubo una falta personal, no se cantó. Joe Smith está hablando con el oficial. El balón le corresponde a Houston con un reloj de 24 segundos.
Y siento que Keith Van Horn va a estar contento aquí en Milwaukee. No va a tener tanta presión de la prensa como en otros equipos.
Aquí se vive una vida bien placentera, bien sana.
Easy going.
Al igual que Utah allá en Salt Lake City. Frances con el balón. Faltan 15 en el reloj ofensivo. Yao Ming contra Dani. Cuidado que se va por la línea de base. Yao fácilmente la bandejita. No puede cometer otra falta personal.
Sí, me dio la impresión que ahí sí Santiago se cuidó.
Translation, the Bucks would be way ahead if Keith Van Horn had been available today. Yao Ming has 25, and it's a 1-point Milwaukee lead.
You picked that up, huh? Good job by Yao getting at ceiling or making the Bucks use all their time.
Mobley rips it away. Another empty trip for the Bucks. Houston's defense just stunning since the return of Yao Ming. They can lead with a made basket. Good defense by the Bucks.
Bucks needed to get a stop, and then they forced the Bucks into 4 turnovers out of 5 possessions, and the Bucks get them to turn it over on this one. Bucks need a hoop real badly. Nope. Yes, I've called 2 no, and they've gone today. That's good. I'm going to call more no's. Bucks needed that one. Drop it over to Joe, who's been sweet with his jumper.
Back-to-back 23-point games by Joe Smith. Foul. Yao will shoot. Santiago picks up his 5th.
You know, Jim, Yao has 5, and he has not been tentative at all at the defensive end. He's really been out there playing, and they've tuned their defense up a notch. It has paid off to help them close the gap. Now, that's a foul, no question. Fortunately, he doesn't get 3.
Yao perfect from the line, 12 for 12.
He's good there.
The Bucks take a timeout, 1:24 remaining in the 4th here in Milwaukee. It's 89-88 Bucks.
Growing up, Fred and Ernie were very close. They had to be. They were born joined at the finger. But then, Ernie became one of those bandwagon fans, turning his back on both his brother and Wisconsin teams. So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net. Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world go toe-to-toe. Witness Fists of Fury from a ringside seat. Now featuring boxing expert Max Kellerman for everything you need to know inside the ropes. Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net.
89-88 Milwaukee with 1:24 remaining in the 4th. The Bucks have gotten a great offensive effort from Michael Redd today and also from Joe Smith.
Boy, he's been a ton, Jim. He's been shooting the jumper so well. We talked about coming into the game how important he was to the Bucks offense in this one, and he's done a wonderful job. He's also got 9 rebounds. So shooting, getting to the basket, and the Bucks need another hoop here. We're into short strokes at this point. You want to continue to work from the front. Don't let them get over the hump here.
Joe Smith, 11 of 15 from the field.
How about Michael Redd with 11 rebounds in the ballgame?
That matches his season high.
All right, they can work from the front, and they'll get it from the line.
Loose ball foul on Redd.
They were all over that shot defensively, and then the line, a major factor. Again, the Rockets, 2 team fouls throughout this whole quarter. D on the ball, and foul. Their guards are good rebounders.
Francis and Mobley combining for 10 rebounds, so nearly a 4th of the Houston Karams have gone to the starting guard.
Jim, they're good rebounders because they can get up in the air and they're quick to the ball. They read it coming off and they get there.
For the lead, Steve Francis, 90-89.
And timeouts, Bucks 1 full and a 20. The Rockets with 2 fulls only.
Francis held under his average. He has 13 today. 9 on the shot clock. Less than a minute to play, 56.6. Damon Jones takes Francis all the way around, and a bump on the baseline. Steve Francis commits the foul.
I'll tell you what, once again, they gave the Bucks nothing to look at with the clock down to 4 at that point. Now the Bucks will be shooting on any fouls after that. Clock reset at 14. Need this, need it.
Clear out, Mason works against Jackson, in on Yao.
Great play. Bucks wanted that matchup. Yao was there, but Desmond's too much.
Desmond Mason for the lead. 42.7 remaining.
Growing up, Fred and Ernie were very close. They had to be. They were born joined at the finger. But then everything changed when Ernie became one of those bandwagon fans.
Check out my new Lakers jersey.
You know you're gonna lose? Oh, I'll see you later. Yeah, booyah! Yeah, booyah in your face!
So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Totally NASCAR, the only source that puts the racing fan in tune with what's happening on and around the track. With expert analysis, racing insights, and the latest reports from the winner's circle. Your all-access pass to everything that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR, weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Where Wisconsin fans come first. Fox Sports Net.
The Bucks take the lead on the drive by Desmond Mason, 91-90, 42.7 seconds remaining with the Houston Rockets. The Bucks will host Indiana on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Call for tickets 1-800-4NBA-TIX. You can always work through Bucks.com. The first of back-to-back games with the Pacers Tuesday night. The Bucks will be at Conseco Fieldhouse on Wednesday. Let's watch the clear out for Desmond. And then the help comes, but it comes too late.
The Bucks isolate, take everybody to the other side, and they want Desmond to work. He does. He gets to the baseline. Yao's going to come. Now, Jim, let's talk about this. If the Bucks can hold them here, you're probably going to see them foul. However, they may just come out and D it up and gamble. If they take any time at all up there, the Bucks, whether they score or not, should have an opportunity for the last shot to win it.
Steve Francis, Yao Ming, Coutinho Mobley, Maurice Taylor, and Jim Jackson. That's the starting five. They'll close it out. The Bucks going with Desmond Mason, Joe Schmidt, Michael Redd, Damon Jones, and Daniel Santiago.
I would assume they will run some plays, screens, and look to Yao inside as their first option.
Yao Ming with 27 points.
Yep.
Jackson for three. Rebound, Damon Jones.
He's the one guy on the court I would pick to shoot it for Houston, Jim. He just isn't consistently a good shooter out there. He's better around the basket, so the Bucks, good double up, forcing the pass out.
The differential between the game and shot clocks, 10 seconds and small change. Desmond Mason, no. Yao knocks it off the glass. It goes to Francis. Francis for three. Yao goes down. Desmond Mason gets the ball.
Whoa! Francis has an open look. He just misses it. At the other end, Desmond, with Yao coming up on him, probably should have looked for the pass, but makes a big rebound here. Okay, this won't necessarily put it away. He's got to make them both, though. You want them both because they're going to have, okay, they've got timeout, so they'll get a timeout. They'll move it up, and they can win it with a three, or tie it with a three, or win it with one if he doesn't make both, and he struggled at the line tonight.
Yao went down. Maurice Taylor fouled Mason after the rebound. 2.9 remaining.
These both are big, Jim. Oh, man. Now all they need is a two, and they can win it with a three.
Desmond 6 of 11 from the free throw line today, 14 points.
He's catching that front rim all night.
92-90. And it comes down to this, 2.9 remaining.
Hey, guys. Thanks again.
No problem. Thank you.
Weeknights, it's a who's who on the best damn sports show, period.
It's back!
It's the clubhouse for Hollywood and Hall of Famers.
Please welcome The Rock, Pamela Anderson, Chris Rock, Jesse Jackson, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Where anything can and will happen.
This is too good and too much fun.
Just move your hips in a circle.
That is must-see T-Busy right there.
Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
92-90 Milwaukee, 2.9 remaining. The Bucks need defense. John, you think that Houston will pass directly to Yao Ming in the post. The Bucks have not fronted him all day. Do you front him now?
Well, Jim, I'm only guessing. I would think they would want to look for a direct pass with 2.9 into the post. If he catches, so then in that case, you'd want to give some front because that makes that side court direct pass very difficult, and you want the weak side to be aware to be there. Now, I don't know if they'll do that or not, but see where Yao is? Man, I mean, I'd put a guy in front of him.
Santiago sets up behind Yao Ming.
But see, if he fronts from there, Jim, there's too much room to the basket, so you got to have, yeah, I'd drop Tony in front of him, but then Tony's got to step back up on Jackson.
I was just going to say, watch Jackson because Yao can go back to him. Jackson, a three-point shooter. He's had a career-high number of three-point makes this season. He missed one a moment ago. Yao turns his back. They're not going to it.
No, they didn't even look in.
Francis for the tie.
Unreal. You make the free throw, you got it. They didn't even look in at Yao. He set the screen for Francis to go to the corner.
Yao turned his back. Watch this.
Go to their all-star guard.
The Bucks switch it and get beat quickness. Francis against Santiago from the corner for the tie and an overtime. Tied at 92. So a missed free throw comes back to haunt the Bucks. We'll have overtime next from the Bradley Center on Fox Sports Net.
Get some sleep. Turn off the TV.
Hell no. I'm waiting for the Laker highlights. We're late for work.
Being a bandwagon fan, Ernie was forced to stay up late waiting for scores and highlights of his favorite teams. So Ernie was always tired the next day, and poor Fred paid the price.
Wake up, Ernie. Wake up.
So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Bring it, check it. You're in Wisconsin now. We're gonna chew you up. The play is going down. You better check your cup. What? You are. Yeah, you felt that one, huh? Pacific, Red, and TJ2. They'll beat you down, and then we're coming for you. You are. I can hear your mama calling for the Wisconsin Strong. Wisconsin Strong, this is our song. Sing it, come on. You are in our house.
Overtime coming up, tied at 92. Houston with the last play. And you'd think they'd go to the big man, but Yao Ming turned away. The Rockets 4 and 2 in overtime. The Bucks 1 and 2.
Well, Jim, I called the play wrong, but off the air, I told you before the play, they're going to tie this game. Right there.
We were thinking inside, outside to a shooter, maybe for a three, maybe for a two.
Yep.
If it was there, they could hit the three.
Why not give it to an all-star point guard who can penetrate? They run the screen for him into the corner. If he needed a three, he might have a shot at the three. Daniel took that away from him. And he's going to beat Santiago then with the quickness as Daniel makes sure he took the three away.
So Steve Francis sends this one overtime, 15 points. Again, held under his average of 17 a game. But he has the biggest basket of the afternoon so far.
Well, he'll get a chance to get his average now. I'll tell you what, we saw Houston tune their D up to a different level there late in the period, forcing Bucks into 4 out of 5 possessions turnovers. And they closed it.
And when did it change?
When Yao came back.
Immediately. Yao jumping center. He did not to open the game. They'll do it again.
Those big guys, you got to throw it up real quickly.
Santiago wins it. Yao upset with himself.
Guess we're seeing why he didn't start the game jumping center.
If you can't win the faceoffs, they're going to pull you out of there.
Just for the faceoff in his case, not for anything else.
The Bucks could have won this if their special teams had been a little better today from the free throw line.
Throws. Just one more would have done it.
Mobley for three. And Coutinho Mobley, with his third three today, matches his career high with 149 makes. Jump down for Santiago. Take away Maurice Taylor. The Bucks giving Houston new life late in the fourth. And Houston taking advantage of it early here in the overtime.
Houston defense paying dividends.
Up, in. Mobley for Francis.
Depending on your situation in overtimes, it can go, you know, somebody gets the momentum. The Rockets have the momentum because they close it. The Bucks thought it probably felt, well, we've got this one won. Now they got to dig deep.
Damon Jones.
Find it.
Ten for Jones. The Bucks 5 of 8 on triples. Houston shooting a lot of them today, 4 of 18. Double on Yao. And a takeaway. Desmond Mason slow to get up. Terry Porter gets his first technical of the season.
Good double team on Yao. And Jim, I would still try to go at him. I mean, he's really active and he's fearless, but he has 5 personal fouls. I think Terry was upset that there was no call on the play before at the Bucks offensive end, and he was still going at it because the Bucks get a turnover here.
Jim Jackson to shoot the tee. Calm all season long. And in game 73, Terry Porter picks up a technical. Tells you where we are in the season. Stretch drive. Important games. Bucks ball, 5 on the shot clock. Jimmy Jackson yells out 5 seconds. So the Rockets know what they have to do defensively. Under 3 minutes in the overtime. Tough shot, Damon Jones. Mobley pulls it in. The Rockets have out-rebounded the Bucks 46-39.
Bucks have had few open looks or easy shots since about the 5-minute mark in regulation.
Inside Yao foul. Oh, 3-second violation, no basket. They took it away. Santiago absolutely nailed him.
Yep.
So instead of a 3-point play, it's a 3-second violation.
Which came before the foul.
Santiago says, good call, I guess. Joe Smith. 25 for Joe Smith. A season high for Joe, and the Bucks trail by 1.
Growing up, Fred and Ernie were very close. They had to be. They were born joined at the finger. But then, Ernie became one of those bandwagon fans, turning his back on both his brother and Wisconsin teams. So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net. Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world go toe-to-toe. Witness Fists of Fury from a ringside seat. Now featuring boxing expert Max Kellerman for everything you need to know inside the ropes. Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net.
2:20 remaining in overtime. Houston up 1. Back and forth now. This has become heated since about midway in the 4th quarter, and it continues to be heated. Santiago with a push on the back may have gotten him twice, but Yao Ming was deemed to be in the paint for 3 seconds.
Apparently he started in the paint, and they count that, but still pretty quick action offense, and I think Yao's very surprised that they would call the 3.
Rocket ball. Shot clock under 10. Maurice Taylor.
Been pretty good all day, hasn't he?
The Rockets are unbeaten when they score 100 points, 10-0. Knocked out by Houston with 12 on the shot clock.
Desmond to the paint, but he meets Man Mountain. Be a different story if it wasn't for Yao in there.
Yao has been playing with 5 fouls for quite a while. Great pass. Yao block shot. Knocks it out for Francis. Taylor. He has been a ton.
Yep.
19 for Maurice Taylor, matching his total from game 1. .297 Houston, 126 remaining on Fox Sports Net.
Growing up, Fred and Ernie were very close. They had to be. They were born joined at the finger. But then everything changed when Ernie became one of those bandwagon fans.
Check out my new Lakers jersey.
You know you're gonna lose? Oh, I'll see you later.
So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Totally NASCAR, the only source that puts the racing fan in tune with what's happening on and around the track. With expert analysis, racing insights, and the latest reports from the winner's circle. Your all-access pass to everything that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Where Wisconsin fans come first. Fox Sports Net.
The Rockets up by 5, 126 remaining in the first overtime today. The Bucks are going to have to play some, or that will be the only overtime.
Yeah, Jim, you know, the Rockets defense, I think, has been superb, and it's really been the factor here that got them back into the game, got them to be able to tie it, and now they're pulling away at this point. Bucks have time to win it, but they're going to have to be good at both ends And the Rockets D is really taking the Bucks out of anything very easy here at the offensive end.
38 points, 9 rebounds in the 2 games for Maurice Taylor against the Bucks this season. Michael Redd has had a wonderful day offensively, but he has been stuck on 30 for a while. Two-man game, Jones has it. Smith tries to set a screen. Taylor stays with him. Damon Jones kicks it out. Michael Redd in tough position. Altered by Yao. Rebound comes off. Redd got a piece of it, and now contact everywhere. And Redd called for the foul.
I'll tell you, Bucks going at the basket, can't get a foul. Apparently, Houston defense, Yao inside, a factor again. Look, take a look. Was he fouled? Gets his body into everybody. Usually you'll get a call. You get your body into the defenders. In a case like that, you very often hear the whistle.
Under a minute to play. Francis hit the bucket to send it into overtime. He has 19 points. 6 unanswered by Houston to lead 104-97. 3, no. Great rebound by Redd. Feels contact, throws it up.
Haven't heard too many of those whistles called. Bucks really, really trying. They've been to the paint a few times, and Houston just D'ing it. Not getting the fouls until now.
Well, the officials had a choice, Taylor or Yao. Either way, a man would have been disqualified on fouls. It's Taylor out with his 6th.
Well, if they're going to make that call, I think Taylor was the one with the body on the ball on Redd. Take a look. Michael, as you said, Jim, makes a big-time rebound right there. Well, they didn't foul him. He did a wonderful job of just making enough contact. They're going to foul. Taylor saying, man, I put my arms up and moved away. So Michael Redd, big-time plays. 2 of them on that.
Taylor 19 points, 6 rebounds, 6 of 12 from the field. Michael Redd on the line, 36.8 remaining. The Bucks down 7. Free throws a problem for Milwaukee today, 17 out of 30. Not a bad miss.
Right. Perfect.
104-100. It forces a timeout by the Rockets. 34.2 remaining in the overtime. A costly error, perhaps, at least a mistake by the Rockets.
Hey guys, thanks again.
No problem. Thank you.
Weeknights, it's a who's who on the best damn sports show, period.
It's a fact!
It's the clubhouse for Hollywood and all the famous.
Please welcome The Rock, Pamela Anderson, Chris Rock, Jesse Jackson, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Where anything can and will happen.
This is too good and too much fun.
And just move your hips in a circle.
That is must-see T-Busy right there.
Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
34.2 remaining in overtime. The Bucks trail by 4. How did they get to overtime? A missed free throw kept the game at 2 points, 92-90. Was the ball going to Yao for the final shot? No. Francis around Santiago to tie the game at 92 and force the overtime.
And that was exactly the play they wanted. That was the one they set up, and it paid off.
If the free throw had been made, the Rockets would have had to resort to a three-point shot.
Right.
Into the backcourt, that buys some time. The Rockets trying to use as much of the clock as possible. Desmond Mason up on Mark Jackson for the foul.
Number 31, Mark Jackson.
Bucks over the limit.
Well, that's been a situation since the 9-minute mark. In regulation, this is overtime. Didn't get there as quickly, but it's been much of the story. Free throws made by Houston in this game, free throws missed by Milwaukee.
The Rockets 32 of 36 now on the miss. Bucks take a timeout. Down 5, 105 to 100. And so Terry Porter will try to get something going here with 31.3 remaining in the overtime.
Both teams using their 20, so both teams only with one timeout remaining, one full timeout remaining. You'd like to get a quick three, Jim. Then you got to foul them and hope that they miss one, and then you can get a three to tie it.
A tough pull today, and it doesn't get any easier. The Bucks are home on Tuesday. The Pacers are here. Call 1-800-4NBA-TIX. And, of course, you can work through Bucks.com and Ticketmaster outlets for Bucks tickets. The Bucks and the Pacers here on Tuesday at Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis on Wednesday. Then the Bucks are home on Friday night. Then they head out again at Toronto on Sunday afternoon, New York on Tuesday. Tony Kukoc will inbound for the Bucks. He's on the floor with Damon Jones, Michael Redd, Desmond Mason, and Brevin Knight. Michael Redd with a career high 13 rebounds today, going along with his 33 points. Kukoc back for Knight, sets up for the three. It's a pass and a foul. That's another way to get three. Redd with the rebound, fouled, and now if he gets to 36 points, the Bucks will be within two.
I'd rather have him miss and get the rebound again and score it. I don't think that'll happen again. In the meantime, Bucks trying to get the three. They knew it. They extended their defense and still getting a look. Good job. .103 on a three-point play by Michael Redd. Not getting a lot from the line today. Just 7 attempts and 5 makes. The bulk of his 36 coming from the field. 14 for 29. Redd commits the foul. 16.4 left. Well, you would sure like a miss here. And then you have a three to tie it. And time for the three and a timeout to call. The Bucks have missed 10 more free throws than the Rockets today. Milwaukee missing 14. The Rockets with 4 misses. Francis up to 20 points. Told you it'd get there, he just needed an overtime to do it. (107-103). 16.4 remaining in overtime on Fox Sports Net.
Let's get some sleep. Turn off the TV. Hell no. I'm waiting for the Laker highlights. Late for work.
Being a bandwagon fan, Ernie was forced to stay up late waiting for scores and highlights of his favorite teams. So Ernie was always tired the next day, and poor Fred paid the price.
Wake up, Ernie. Wake up.
So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Bring it, check it. You're in Wisconsin now. We're gonna chew you up. The play is going down. You better check your cup. What? You are. Yeah, you felt that one, huh? Pacific, Red, and TJ2. They'll beat you down, and then we're coming for you. You are. I can hear your mama calling for the Wisconsin Strong. Wisconsin Strong, this is our song. Sing it, come on. You are. In our house.
Houston up 4, 16.4 remaining in overtime. The Bucks hoping against hope, trying to win for the 37th time this season and split the two-game season series with the Rockets. They had Houston on the ropes and let it get away from the free throw line.
Sure did, Jim. You know, this is a tough loss, and I think I'll say it now. I didn't want to say it at the time, but you could sense that when it went into overtime, the Bucks had lost their steam and Houston had gained steam, and you knew that it would be a tough pull for the Bucks to win it if they didn't win it in regulation. Too bad.
A nice move here by Jeff Van Gundy for the final 16.4, bringing in Milwaukee native Michael Wilkes for Boston Nakbar. Michael Wilkes played high school ball at Rufus King. He wears number 29 on his back because he grew up on 29th Street here in Milwaukee and learned his basketball at a playground on 29th. Desmond Mason to the right. In for Wilkes. Wilkes, of course, spent some time with the Bucks. Steve Francis is fouled by Brevin Knight.
Well, between Francis and Wilkes, they've got some quickness out there, don't they? And I'm sure Wilkes didn't want to be the shooter at this point, just coming in, because it's still important that they make these throws. If he misses one, the Bucks can still tie it at 3 with a 3. If he makes 2, no more timeouts left for Milwaukee. So if he misses 1, Jim, you want to rebound it, you want to go, and you want to get a 3.
9.8 remaining. Jeff Van Gundy knows he can't let up yet.
Oh, no. It's a long pull for the Bucks, but he missed one.
There's the miss.
So they got a shot at it now.
Amazing. If he misses this one, get the rebound.
No timeouts. Got to go. Everybody block out.
.108, 105, 9.8. Smart move.
Yeah. Not everybody will do it, though, Jim. Not everybody will do it. Sometimes the coach just wants to play it. And Desmond, you know, not a great three-point shooter, so he had the ball, but they still want to put him on the line, and then they can eat more time up. The Bucks will have to foul again.
But on a day when the Bucks have missed 14 free throws, that is a good coaching move.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. But what I'm telling you is a lot of coaches wouldn't do it. Now, you know, there's ways to look at this. Make the first, miss the second, try to get the board. But with Yao in there, that's a tough call. So make them both foul again. Then they got to make 2 throws again.
That's what I was going to say, John, was 7.1. Make both, quick foul. Take your chances.
That's what's going to happen.
Timeout taken with 7.1 remaining in the overtime. The game that doesn't seem to want to end, but that's okay if you're the Bucks right now.
That's right. And that's their last timeout. Houston's.
We'll step aside. We'll be back to close it out, perhaps, on Fox Sports Net.
Growing up, Fred and Ernie were very close. They had to be. They were born joined at the finger.
Hey,
But then, Ernie became one of those bandwagon fans, turning his back on both his brother and Wisconsin teams. So while Fred has no choice but to put up with teams he doesn't care about, thankfully, you do.
Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net. Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world go toe-to-toe. Witness Fists of Fury from a ringside seat. Now featuring boxing expert Max Kellerman for everything you need to know inside the ropes. Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net.
It's not over yet. Houston's lead is down to 1 with 7.2 remaining. Houston will have the ball. Daniel Santiago with a solid effort today.
How about Yao playing all these minutes with 5 personal fouls? All of overtime and about 4 minutes of fourth quarter.
And he hasn't been timid either.
Nope. He traveled. He traveled.
The Bucks are just livid.
He traveled. Give me a break. He traveled. He walked. And the official right in front of us had the angle we had.
Terry Porter, you might hear him.
That's amazing.
The fans just saw it here.
He traveled. I mean, that is not even debatable. Watch. Look at that.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's 3 steps.
That brings back memories of the Miami game when we had a double dribble right in front of an official, Bill Spooner.
I know.
A couple of years ago.
Why do you...
A blatant travel.
Why do you swallow the whistle then? I don't get that. I mean, that's not a judgment call. That's not one of those things where you're going to miss it. That's just one where they've all elected, we're going to let it go. They just let that go.
I would think that the supervisor of officials won't let that one go.
Yeah, but it won't change the course of the game. But I mean, that was a travel.
Unbelievable.
By anybody's standards.
Unbelievable.
I mean, by anybody's standards.
Now, are they going to say the bump occurred before the walk? Was there a bump on the back?
So you're saying the bump caused the travel? I thought the foul came after he stopped.
No, Knight was on the back. The officials may be able to say he bumped him into the walk.
That's why he traveled. Okay. But I thought the foul came when he pulled up. If that's the case, the officials are right.
It's debatable either way.
If they say that that's why he traveled, then...
Or if the foul is called, a travel is moot.
That's right.
It's where the foul occurred.
But I just thought I heard the whistle after it. But I'm not sure.
Jackson to lead 110-107. The Bucks need a 3 to tie it. What do we have? A line violation on the inbound? Did Michael Redd step over the end line?
Yeah, that's what he said. Let's see.
Watch him. He did.
Yeah. Yeah. No beef.
Nothing off the clock. Still 6 seconds. Francis fouled with 2.8 remaining. The Rockets will escape. Yao Ming, the player of the game, the Potawatomi player of the game today. 27 points, 7 of 13 from the field. Perfect from the free throw line, 13 rebounds. Francis on the miss. One more time.
Okay. The whistle came later, but he did push him from behind, but they didn't call that, I don't think. I think it came after he caught the ball and had already stepped. So I don't know. That's the question.
Ball game. The Rockets win 111-107. You have to understand, I suppose, that even if that were the foul, the whistle could be just a bit late. My question now is, Tony Brown was shielded by players when he made the call on the back.
Knight was behind. You're right. He couldn't even see Knight. So that's why I think he made the call after the travel and he stopped.